Yeah, I think we're all ready whenever you are. I'm sharing the screen and don't know if that's working or not. I think if you go in the properties in Streamlabs, you can change the resolution. Oh, yeah, of course you are. Yeah. Imagine it'd probably just use the maximum, surely. I mean, yeah. Oh, you should be fine, to be honest. I think it should be okay. It looks fine. It hasn't glitched or anything. So, I mean, right. Yeah. All good then. Should we go live? It's time for the fan mail. I realised I didn't have my microphone muted anyway, so everyone could hear me. But whatever. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another highly professional GameFront live stream.
Hello, hello. Let me get the Twitch stream up on my phone so that I can read the text.
Well, Pelagius is here. He says hello, Danny. He's ignored you two. Don't know why.
Maybe he only hears you right now.
Oh, that's true. That's why.
It's in the past.
Yeah, because I was. Of course, yeah, because I didn't mute myself. Good stuff. Nice. Well, now you know how the sausage is made, folks. Hello, Morgan and Morgan. Well, they're not both.
What's up?
It's James.
It's me. I got a complaint.
A complaint? Okay.
My complaint is about the website twitch.tv. Every time you go to Twitch, it automatically puts you in whatever the main streaming channel is, and it's loud, and that's annoying.
Okay.
So I just want to lodge that complaint, so if anyone knows anyone that works at the twitch.tv or can write a strongly worded letter, I don't like to be thrown into a stream as soon as I open it up. So thank you. Good day.
Yeah, that might be a setting, right? They shouldn't. That shouldn't be the case. That's
well, it's like there's a scrolling wheel at the top that has all of the main streams, and then for some reason I'm never on there, and so I don't think I should have to watch it if I can't be in it. You know?
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like I guess I should say I'm in Sedona. That's why I look like I'm in such a domestic location.
As opposed to your house, which is not a domestic location.
Oh, that's not a domestic location. And Aaron and I are trying to figure out exactly how we can stay here whenever we don't have to be in Venice. So we are going to be upgrading the internet here and trying to handle that. It's like a 7-hour drive to Venice, and like I have a possible callback on Thursday, so we're coming back tomorrow. But we might even bring the computer up here, and I don't know what we're gonna do. We're trying to figure out. But it is so awesome in Sedona.
It looks like it's only like $120 flight.
That's what I was seeing. Yeah, it's about that much. But the question is what about the problem is if I had an audition tomorrow morning and I had to get a flight today. Today's not a very good example because it's July 5th and it's like a federal holiday. But like on a general day, like how much would it cost me to have to fly back tomorrow? But I could drive back, you know, which would be I could leave here at like, 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'd get there by 10 o'clock at night. And then get a good night's rest, go to the audition, come back.
The math checks
A
out.
long commute.
So is it like a holiday home or a second home or an Airbnb or?
It's Aaron's parents have a second home that they've had since like the 90s out here, and they used to rent it out. So we would only be able to come out like a couple times a year because they would rent it during the other times. And I've only been here in October and like the spring. We got married here. We got married on the golf course here. And Danny, I think I mentioned this to you when you play Microsoft Flight Simulator. You fly out of the Sedona airport, and that's this whole area that we're at. And when I was playing the Flight Simulator, you could come down and you could see the little golf course that I got married on. It's pretty funny.
Sweet. So that means that potentially you may have room for hopefully the final penultimate setup, like the one that will be forevermore, never changing.
I didn't think about it, but yeah, you're right. I would need a new setup. What I'm kind of debating, if I can save enough money, is getting a second. My laptop that I have that I'm using right now plays every game very smoothly. It's got a GTX 1080 in there. It's pretty good. But it's not good enough to do all the gaming and record and stream. So what I'd want to do is maybe get like a cheap laptop so that I can just use that to put out as a stream, because I would just have the HDMI out to that. And then I would truly have 2 screens.
I think this sounds like a positive step in the right direction for all of us, to be honest.
I'm gonna hold out until I see these 2 screens, because I was begging James to get 2 screens, and then he told me he got 2 screens, and then he explained to me that he got 1 screen.
It's a single dual screen. I just don't use it. I've only used it once.
Well,
do you know you want to know when the one time I used my dual screen was? I was doing a college show, and I had Bloodborne on the screen at the same time I was doing this college tour show.
You were playing Bloodborne
while I was doing a comedy show.
Oh my gosh.
And I haven't really found a need for it since then.
I mean, there's a lot of needs. James, is the mustache non-negotiable for roles?
The mustache is absolutely negotiable for roles. Every time I do a reel, I start it with, "This is my reel. Hello, I'm James Heaney and willing to shave." Because if you don't say that and they think that the mustache is a full package, then then you might not get booked. My old agent used to tell me to tell everybody that was on the camera that if they wanted to know if I would shave, I would say that you'd have to negotiate that with my agent. But my new agent says just tell them you're willing to shave.
Do anything, please.
Just give me the money.
James, I don't want to tell you to live your life, but what if you just planned on being in Sedona full time, and then clear your place out and then Airbnb it?
Well, that's technically illegal.
Okay.
But that would be a great idea. That would be a great idea, but I am a law-abiding citizen.
Okay.
I try not to break any laws.
I just can't imagine holding an apartment in Venice for the rent prices, if you're not going to be able to be there.
Yeah, we're going to keep it. We're going to keep that. Like when I'm buried, my will says I want to be buried in that apartment. Like we're not leaving there. We got rent control. They can only raise it 3% every year.
Is that why you can't Airbnb, because it's rent controlled?
That is also probably like everybody's not supposed to in LA, or at least in LA they made it so that you're not supposed to do short-term leases. It's supposed to be 30 days. Most people can just get away with it because they're paying extraordinary amounts of money to rent their apartment. But with Aaron and I paying as little as we do, if we had Airbnb, we'd get caught so quick and kicked out, and then we'd lose it all.
So you're just gonna hold the apartment even though you're not gonna live there?
Oh, we're gonna live there. Like I'm gonna be there most of the time, but we might come back on weekends over here. The nice thing is we don't have to pay rent here in Sedona.
Yeah.
So what we're really talking about is two setups simultaneously now. We've got the
Yeah.
LA, so we've got GameFront LA office, and now we've got the Sedona office that going on. So that like this is expansion really. If you think about it, this is the growth.
Oh, and this is
James,
this
when it
is
was
more
illegal
of
to
a-
light candles, would you not light candles?
I never did. No, I just looked at pictures of people lighting candles, and that was as close as I'd get. No, I had a medical card.
Even before the medical cards?
I wasn't in California before the medical card. Oh, back
so
then I
it
was a
was
bad boy.
legal.
I
Oh,
was
okay.
the bad boy, and I've changed my ways.
Yeah, the chat Pelagius does say, does James realize that we're live and being recorded because you're basically confessing to cheating rent on the internet?
No, I'm not cheating rent.
It's not
We
cheating
are
rent,
paying
yeah,
our
that's
rent.
Yeah, he is paying his
Like
rent.
we.
But,
Yeah, I'm
but
paying
I
my
suppose
rent.
I suppose if we were going to plan for you to cheat rent by doing an Airbnb, this wouldn't be the forum for it, really.
Yeah,
We should have
maybe
taken
we
that
should take
offline.
this conversation offline.
Oh boy, do we have any other more topical announcements?
This is kind of more topical for Morgan
Okay.
than Gamefront,
Hey,
but
it's the James show. Let him go, guys.
this is more like a possibility for Bear Supply. We have been given an open invitation by Aaron's dad's new amazing wonderful girlfriend who owns at least a 5-bedroom house in Phoenix that we could stay there, and it's just next to where the theater is, that maybe we could do shows there and we could stay there for free.
Oh, okay.
But it's
So
I guess it's kind of from the
maybe-
understanding it's kind
Maybe
of
we'll
ghetto.
take this
Like, there's-
offline.
We'll take it offline, but it's pretty exciting. That was something that I just learned
So
a
now
few
you've
days
got
ago.
you've got three houses on the go now. Potentially.
Well, I can't stay permanently. I could stay for a weekend, and she said that all the boys of Bear Supply could come up and stay there in Phoenix, and she lives in the art district.
What about the men of Bear Supply? Are they also invited?
How
No men allowed.
how was this an announcement that was relevant to the public watching?
I have no
I
idea.
said to Morgan, it's exciting to Morgan.
Okay, so when I said, has anyone got any relevant announcements relevant to Gamefront? And then you just immediately just go with some, not even Bear Supply news, but Bear Supply backstage kind of behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
Way out of the realm of what we should be talking about.
All right.
I
we
have
have
a more
any-
topical,
Yes.
more announcement that actually affects us
go.
as a team. I got my van.
Oh, I saw your pictures. It looks really cool.
Yeah. I
Are
got
those captain
2000
seats? Do they spin around?
They don't.
Oh,
But that's okay, because I'm going to turn. So over this weekend I built a bed in the back, so now I can travel, and yeah, I'm gonna get a bunch of RV supplies and stuff. But I'm also going to be traveling more, so I need to figure out how I can get 5G up in the van. That's my goal right now.
oh, you know what? You could probably buy one of those Elon Musk Starlink.
You're not allowed to
satellite
travel
dishes.
with them because Elon
Oh,
Musk
really?
is evil. Yeah,
Ah,
they
well,
have
how
to
does
be
it- how does he know?
stationary
How does he
because
know?
you have to reconnect it every time.
Man, that's the one benefit of the thing, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it turns out
Wait.
that guy sucks.
What is going on? What's happening?
so you know
The
those
Elon Musk Starlink, you can't travel around with them. They have to be stationary.
Why?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I mean, I thought that should be illegal. Is just because he has that in the user end agreement, you can't that's enough to be a law.
it's not.
who
no,
won the-
user end agreements are not laws, but you can dictate what happens at your private company.
I guess because they're providing the service. If you were connecting to a service that wasn't Starlink, then he wouldn't have a say. Because I was remembering back in 2009 or 2010 when there was the Sony Did Sony win or lose when they were suing the people that had changed the firmware in the PSP? Do you remember that?
Oh,
I think they
no.
lost, if I
I
recall.
think they lost. I think they said that once you owned the equipment, that you were like you didn't have to follow any of the people's rules. But they might have actually. Sony might have won. Now that I think about it, I can't remember.
The PSP was maybe the best handheld of all time.
Yeah, well, I hacked mine. It was awesome because you could do. That was like the first, at least for me, use of like ROMs and like reading comic books on my PSP. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Mikey is saying it's because you have to point at the satellite, but the thing with satellites is that they're floating around in space. So as long as you can
Thousands of miles a
point to
second.
space, it's not just that it's stationary. It's like if I get Starlink at my house, like it's linked to my address. If I like pick up the Starlink and move it, it's not going to connect. Like even if it should be able to, in your mind you would think, oh, it should be able to track and point at the satellite that's closest that I need to point at. It doesn't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, but having said that, right? So yeah, I get it. Like you can't be physically moving. So if you're driving along, it's not going to work.
Well, what
because
about
it
my
needs to be
Sirius
tracked.
XM satellite radio?
Well, it depends on how
James.
on the technology, I guess. But I suppose what I'm
You're
saying to
blowing his
Mikey,
mind right now.
so Mikey, like what I'm saying is like you can't take the dish, drive from point A to point B, and then just point it at the right satellite for that location, and use it while you because you're going to use it while you're driving anyway, right? But
No, this would be station. This would be like so I could stream in the mornings and stuff. That's
I think Mikey
the 5G
thinks
was the idea.
Yeah, I think Mikey thinks that you're driving along in your van while you're trying to track a satellite with a dish on the roof.
Oh no,
which is not what you're going to be doing, right?
No.
Somebody
And
asked
there
what
are, like,
van it is. Sorry.
Oh, it's a 2000. I was just trying to remember. I couldn't remember if it was a 2000. Oh, I've got the paperwork right here.
You know what you should do, Morgan?
Nope, this is my old stuff. It's a 2006 Nissan Quest. No, 2007 Nissan Quest.
You should get Google Fi. Have I told you the wonders of Google Fi?
Is it 5G?
It's 5G. It's 5G. It uses multiple satellites from like Verizon, T-Mobile, I think AT&T. There's one of them that they don't use. But if you want, we could get a joint account because you save
Nope.
so much money per person you add
No,
on.
I'm not getting roped
And it's
into your
unlimited.
traveling rent schemes, and then I get
Listen.
arrested, and you're like, I'm a law-abiding citizen.
No, this is what it is because like you get like unlimited, but the first like 25 gigs is unthrottled, and after that they might throttle you.
Oh
But
no,
since
I
I'm
don't
not
want
traveling.
that. Why wouldn't I get
Well,
Verizon?
Well, because Verizon's not as fast as Google Fi, and like because Verizon will also have a throttle. It might not say that because they say it's unlimited, but Google Fi has the highest number that I know of that will not throttle you at all. Because if you're watching Google, if you're doing it on Verizon, you're going to get throttled. If you're watching videos, they keep it at 720p. They like make your data get smaller. That's how they give you unlimited.
I like how this conversation's kind of progressed from everything's normal to James has now got a second studio, to James has now got a third studio, to Morgan's now got a studio in the back of his van.
You
And
got it.
now we're
traveling
talking about now we've got like 3 studios and a traveling studio.
We have stuff we got to figure out. We're working this
Hold
out
on,
as a team, guys.
You know what I mean? And it's not like when we're in a stationary place that we can get it right every week as well. So now we're going to add 4 wheels and an engine into the mix. And I think I'm just worried for the future of GameFront, to be honest.
That'll be fine.
It's never been safer for the world of GameFront. It's getting good. It's just about to get good. Morgan and I just have to get a joint phone line. It's gonna bring us closer.
Like a married couple, our first joint phone connection.
I think it's a big move for us. We'll have to take it offline, but I'm sure I can talk Morgan into it.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm kind of a Google. I'm looking into it.
Each person you add on, if we can talk Zach into joining our family plan, like then it'll really get cheap. You start getting it down to like the $40 range for unlimited, unthrottled.
If
Do
it's-
they have
if it's available there.
like a router, or is it just for phones?
Well, you can use your phone as a hotspot.
No.
You can probably buy one of those little
I know
mobile.
you can, but-
You can buy a little mobile router thing. Because you can buy those anyway.
Well,
They're like
the
little
problem is
mobile hotspots that are just like a little box with a SIM card in it. So it's not like a phone. You just carry it around, plug it into your car or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think
Wi-Fi.
I'm
Google
not
Fi will do
sure
that.
that Google Fi offers that, but you can use your phone as a hotspot with 5G.
If
Well,
you
but
can
then
use,
you're
if you
roasting
can
your
use,
phone every day to like the maximum heat, and like it's just not good.
But I mean, is Google Fi if you can use it on any phone? So it's just a SIM card that you put in a phone, right? But you
Uh-huh.
guys don't even use SIM cards, right?
Yeah, we do.
I don't know if I use a SIM card.
They're
or
just
not.
we don't pull them out or mess with them normally.
Anyway, if it can work with any mobile phone, then it'll work with one of these little mobile routers. Because it's
Okay,
not.
well, you
It's just like a
can-
phone
it
without a
does
screen,
work-
basically.
It does work with all phones, but if you just get a regular phone, then you're only able to get one set of the towers, which I believe are Verizon. But if you have the kind that can do the fast like switching, like I got a Samsung Gear, a Samsung S20. That was like the first of the Samsungs that do it. The new iPhones do it. All of the Google Pixel phones do it. But then you can switch between all the different satellites. Because when you're driving across, like I'll have sometimes a signal when Erin doesn't have a signal because she just has Verizon. Mine uses Verizon towers. I think it's T-Mobile and AT&T, but it might be T-Mobile and Sprint. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
But we should get into it because I'm the one that usually complains about. But I am just so pleased with my mobile service that I can't not tell a dear friend like Morgan.
Are you being? This sounds like you're being paid to say this.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Why are you nodding your head?
But if you
James, you look like you're
if
having
you
a stroke,
use
James.
my
James-
4-digit the Heen 99 when you sign up today.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not. I would though, and I'd shave to do it.
You know,
Is that just me, or am I getting a lot of feedback?
There's a lot of static coming from James's camera.
Oh, I just set my cell phone on top of my. Maybe that fixed
The
it.
signal's so powerful that it's.
That's the power of the 5G internet that his phone can do. Don't forget the code.
Well, now that I say it, I actually only have 4G here in Sedona at this house. I didn't realize that until now. But I mean, I'm in the middle of the desert. I'm in the middle of the desert with 4 bars of 4G.
So you're saying there's nothing to stop the signal from hitting you? No trees or nothing?
Well, the satellites don't go around up there or whatever it is.
Well,
The
they're
towers.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Mikey pointed out that we're 20 minutes in and we're just having a conversation, just live on the air, really. So maybe we should do some comments.
Isn't that
the point
I like my Pixel as well. I get even the cheap Pixel and I really enjoy it, but I'm on Verizon.
I have an iPhone.
You.
Okay, so let's get into this. We'll start with Wildermyth, which I'm glad to see part 2 came. Why?
I just want
you don't want to start.
hang out and chat.
So there's still not a lot of comments.
I'm reading
Still
them
not a
both,
lot of
Mikey.
comments.
I got you.
It was more than last week. We've
Zach
got
says-
5 now instead of 1. So I mean, that's
that's true.
Yeah.
Technically, if you think about it this way, it's a 5-fold increase in comments. That's the way to think of it, James.
A 5-fold increase. That's pretty good. It seems like I should probably really pick up this Wildermyth walkthrough.
This is how you do it in business, right?
Exponential growth.
If you had 1 comment one week and you had 5 the next, you don't go into your investors meeting and say, we had 4 more comments this week. You say, we had a 500% increase in engagement. That is how you word it. That is how you sell the dream.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at the first of this 500% increase. Zach is a real boy, says furthest, which I think that means... I don't know what that means.
Furthest, almost.
Furthest.
It actually says
I
furthest.
think that...
I wonder if you meant
instead of
first, but
first.
just, it's hard to tell with Zach. I mean, it could mean anything. It could be secret code for all I know.
Maybe he meant furthest from the top comment, furthest from now. It's the most long ago comment on this thread. I think I'll take it as that. Crispy AI says, "Sorry I didn't comment last time. Felt bad that there was only one, and I know you like pity, so." Oh, I do like pity. To be honest, I'm not loving the game. I'm just not. It's just not really my thing. But a boring game with Daheen is certainly better than a boring game without. Well, that's sweet of Crispy to say.
Brad Hahn, Jabs, if you like this style of game, you should try Mechanicus.
I believe that's in the Warhammer world, which really I like Warhammer in general, and so if it is, I think I'd like to pick it up.
If nothing else, the soundtrack is great.
Simon DG says definitely picking this up if it goes on sale. I think it's I don't remember how much. I think it was like $15. I think it's worth the money that I spent on it.
Well, the Steam sale is on now, right? So is it on sale at the moment? Or
well, it might or might not be. It's really new. It just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But it was fun. The Steam sale's insane. It's just the best thing ever. I can add more things that I never play to my library. Which I need to say thank you to Zach. Code. Yeah.
Yeah, where James can we can plug James's promo code like into any website and it gives you an automatic Heen discount.
Yeah. Yeah. I should say thank you to Zach, and it says Zach and Danny, but it came from Zach's account, gifting me The Forest, which I've been looking at for a long time. It's been on my wish list. And I don't really honestly know too much about it because I'm afraid to look too deep into it. But it is a very a popular game. I would say not popular. It's well rated.
We were live streaming it last weekend, and
really?
Yeah, Zach's fallen in love with it a little bit. So I think he wants you guys to come and join us basically at some stage.
Is it a multiplayer game?
Yes, it's a co-op
I thought
game.
It was single player.
No, it's a co-op survival game. You can play it single player if you want to, but it's a co-op survival game where basically you crash in a plane and you've got to survive. So you've got tools, cutting down trees, get wood, build bases. You've got to survive from these cannibals that are trying to eat you. So it can get quite scary and stuff. But I mean, it's Can
you join the cannibals?
You can become a cannibal, yeah, but it's not recommended.
Nice. I'll probably do that.
But
so you're on an island with a whole bunch of other people that have also crashed. So it's almost like the island of Lost that's drawing these airplanes in.
Sort of. I mean, like obviously, if you die, you respawn it. Well, kind of. But yeah, I mean, but just to yeah, Morgan, if you become that means you'd have to kill us in order to become one because you.
Okay, I'll start with Jebs.
So that would be a boring live stream if you just killed the three of us and then you eat our corpses and just off you go.
Okay. Well, I've got to eat, so it makes sense to me.
Ulasar's Botnet says, I think the way you grow with the party is really interesting. It's something you, the player, and the viewer can become interested in. But James, my man, you have to give the walkthrough something more than just reading the text on the screen. Yes, do read the text, but also you need to inject the playthrough with something extra. Otherwise, it's just a glorified, no commentary playthrough.
Holy snikey.
Was that...
Were you just sitting there quietly playing?
Well, I guess what it is there's so much reading that my voice is starting to get tired when I stop reading it out loud. It's like a, and that's kind of what I like about it is it's like a book. The characters have a lot of story that come along, and they fall in love with each other. They die, and 'tis life. So I guess I was probably not quite as talkative as usual because I was recording both of these in a row, and I would imagine that maybe my throat was sore from talking so much.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But maybe that's why it might be better as a live stream because you did say that at first. Right?
Yeah, I did, and I wanted to make a couple videos because in my mind, sometimes when we play a video, the first one always gets the biggest amount of views. So I figured I'd do like just a couple videos, and then afterwards use it for live streaming.
Do you say that at the end of this video?
This is the ones that we haven't responded to though. On the other one. So there might be
more. There might be more.
So there might be a whole bunch more. I'm sure that there's a lot more.
That's it.
Scroll all the way down.
That's as far as it goes, James. Sorry.
All the way up now. Oh, that's it? Okay, I
It's
guess
on
let's
one page,
go
James,
to the
sorry.
next one.
Turns out people hate Wildermyth. Simon DG, disgusting. El
Succinct to the
Scorcho,
point.
I see the disliker has returned.
Dun, dun,
Ooh.
dun.
The Darkest Dragon, the first real comment of the day. Read more. Morgan is sexy today. Well, James, how is that? Well, treating you in Medulla.
I'm going to have to take that as me looking frumpy, because otherwise I would look sexy too. And you only said that, and then for me, it's how the well's treating me. So it seems like maybe the well's not treating me good. Period. The well does nothing for me in Medulla.
Medulla.
Is that what they're talking about?
They said Medulla. They meant Medulla. Brad Hahn, I really did not enjoy this DLC. The stupid turret sections, the cliche Dark Souls poison swamp, and I especially loathe the way that they buffed up the enemy health pools to ridiculous levels and then just threw hordes of them at you. It was pure lazy design and I hated it with a passion. Simon G agreed, I hated it, but at least the end boss was really good. I mean, when you could actually fight him instead of throwing fireballs at him while backpedaling.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Got him.
Imagine how long it would have taken with James not having a sun launcher for a hand. Good job at any rate, lol. Can't wait to see how it does on Mr. Scary Dragon. And then Majorn Thunder says, time for Pestilent Mist, lol. And then Majorn, oh, Pestilent Mist probably works.
Wow.
Right? Is that my poison mist they're saying to use?
No, James. They're making fun of you for attempting to use Pestilent Mist on things.
Well, one of these days it's going to work. It can't be useless.
It's useless.
All right. Now we have some pretty important information that comes up above. This is part of I think another comment thread, right? No?
Nope.
Whisper, you should have used Tears of Denial, which I probably should have. I probably would have beaten that boss the first time if I had Tears of Denial. Tears. I just realized that if I had Tears of Denial, I probably would have beat that boss first time.
Yeah, why did you stop using Tears of Denial?
I don't like the ringing in my ears.
Okay, cool. Border Runner. Was there a part 62? Because if there is, I've not seen it on my list.
Oh,
Thanks for the
yeah.
catch updating now. This is episode 62. What's happening out there, guys?
So what happened basically was James uploaded some videos and then just disappeared without any titles, any thumbnails,
Okay.
any
Yeah.
names for them.
All right.
So
It was-
I went in and saved the day, but I accidentally put
Yeah.
63 instead of 62. My fault. Zach fixed it actually, so that's Zach leaving that comment. So fair play to Zach for
nice.
being useful for a change.
Sting.
actually-
I don't know if that's a compliment, Danny.
No, I mean I'm quite proud of Zach. It's like he's mustering in.
Yeah.
He's running the polls now. He's almost managed to get through a live stream without offending somebody.
Oh, wow.
When did that happen?
Well, theoretically, it could happen. That's what
Theoretically, I totally agree that in theory, Zach could make it through an entire live stream without offending anybody.
Yeah.
I was going to say yesterday, but he did a bad one yesterday. But Saturday wasn't too bad. we were pretty clean on Saturday. Yeah.
I'd like to have Zach learn how to do some like balloon animals and do some like clowning at kids' birthday parties to just see if he could control himself.
And that's a risk you want to take. Do you think somebody's going to insure you for that? The public liability.
It's a sink or swim moment. It's a sink or swim moment. Either he walks out of there with a paycheck, or he has to walk out of there getting, ran out of town by the party goers.
Anthony Lyotta. James might actually have to get good for the Ring City. I don't think his cheap fireballs will work against most of these next bosses. Then again, that spell is so ridiculous, I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Joanna B. They didn't. I replayed Ring City not too long ago with a pyro build, and the boss fights are incredibly hard to do with magic. I feel like even with 15 Ashen Flasks, it wouldn't be possible to spam some of the bosses down. I think James is going to have a rough time. We all hope that.
We all hope that. What kind of monsters are
Manjorn
these? That's not
Thunder,
something to
you
hope.
missed
Oh.
Amnesiac Lap. I don't know what that is. The end of this NPC quest line is amazing. From the first bonfire, go back to the room with the 2 knights. The collapsed pillar now forms a bridge to the other side.
Oh.
Is that amnesiac? Is that like someone who's got amnesia? Like someone who
I
can't?
don't know. I think it's like, I don't know what it is. Ralph Murphy, without complete instructions on how to find him later on, it really doesn't matter because they don't do enough exploring to find him on their own, but he can be fun later on. Majoran Thunder, a little true. Wow.
That sounds like a challenge to me. That sounds like you should go and find the amnesiac map.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, they're saying we have to find him once and then we have to find him again somewhere else before the end of the game, and I just don't know what's going to happen.
Regarding Pyromancer's Flame, the normal flame is better for long-range spells. The parting flame is better for melee-range spells. Okay.
Kamikaze Ice, if you want a new experience playing Dark Souls 3, try the Cinders mod. Tons of changes. Or the Convergence mod. Yeah, I've heard of both of those. Or I've heard of the Cinders mod. I'm assuming the Convergence mod is the same, where they change the location of enemies and items and stuff. And really change
That's
it
cool.
up. Yeah.
The Dark Genius in the chat just says, when you know the comment earlier about the pestilent mist, did
Yeah.
they mean the poison or toxic mist and just mixed up the names? Would that make more sense that way around?
No, I mean, it doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't work on that dragon.
Sorry, Dark Genius. The Darkest Dragon says, James, you can still trade boss souls even though he burned to ash. You can still talk to his ashes. Also, go trade the new boss soul you got for her weapon. You are gonna love it.
Okay, I'll check it out. I will check that out. You did. Brad Hahn then says, yes, you did miss the most important thing in the first section. Go back to that church with the 2 knights. A hole has been knocked in the wall behind them.
Oh.
I think we should at least take a look at that spot. It
Yeah,
seems
we'll
like
go back.
if we can't find a hole in the wall, then we're not the explorers we think we are.
I don't know if I ever found that. El Scorcho, please go back to the last DLC. You have one more fight to do that will yield a pyro reward if successful. Take the illusionary wall and the bug crypt out to drop through a path of roots at the bottom in the Colosseum. You will get invaded by the NPC you need to kill if you are embered. Okay, we can do that. Nick Hanley. Anybody else spit out their drink when James asked Morgan, do I fight that guy like a boss? Oh, James. Looking forward to the Ring City. We all are.
Oh, boy.
It's going to take you at least 3 videos to get through this next section to get to the Ring City.
Oh, to get to the Ring City?
Yeah.
The Darkest Dragon says, as I am starting the video, I see James' backdrop. It reminds me of how he is on the hot seat. Good luck, James. And then Dark Page says, all I can think about is that he is lodged in a tight little spot with no elbow room. That's funny. Yeah, I got so much room. I did an audition. Yeah, I did an audition the other day, and it was like the easiest thing to audition. I had so much room. I could walk around. It was great.
It's almost like the space that you've set up for yourself to work in is not an appropriate size. I mean, I know it's, taken a long time to come to that realization. But
there's no wall in my apartment that I can reach my arms out all the way and not surpass it. I can push the walls of my apartment out. No, that's not true.
I mean, if you put it on the wall where your computer used to be, that's pretty big. Guitar wall's pretty big.
Yeah, but the problem with that is then I'm in that it's big enough for that, but not for auditions. Here, because I want to be able to have a whole wall with no other wall, like even that wall that I was at with the computer, because it is where I've done auditions before. Then you start seeing the door to the bedroom, and you start seeing the closet wall, and then there's a window on the other wall. There's just no
your GoPro or a regular camera.
I have both, and there's no camera angle that's gonna make that wall larger than me putting my arms all the way out.
Yeah. Okay.
The one wall that would be better is if I didn't hang all those guitars on that one far wall. but there's like a bunch of guitars on that wall. So what are you gonna do?
Spartan31590 says, I miss trash day and it smells like a bunch of heaney in here.
I forget how I roasted you.
I roasted you. That's why you forgot. I told you.
And then I put a reversie on you, and even you left.
Then that might be true. That might be true.
Neolite, how the hell did you manage to beat her when you were so out of focus this whole video? Talking about candles while your mind is somewhere else. Oh, well, I guess even a baby can do that if you give them your stupid pirate build.
What the hell is this?
It's the truth. These are truth bombs. The Darkest Dragon, you need to go back to where the tower fell down and find an NPC to talk to. His name is Lap Morgan. You must find this man. Also, James, don't forget, along your journey, it's always fun to use different spells. Not always about being the best.
Okay. Yeah, I that was kind of the reason I did the chaos build in the first place. Like it's fun to switch things up. It's fun to do faith and spells and everything. You know?
Isaac Sims, this extremely impressive when you were locked in for the first run. Then there was a steep decline for a while and pathetic amounts of defeatism. Still watching, and I hope Morgan convinces you that one hit doesn't mean, well, time to sacrifice myself because over 600 deaths is irrelevant to me. Haha. P.S. Look into playing Fable 2 or 3. I think they may be multiplayer. Oh, that's fun.
I don't remember Fable 3 being multiplayer, but it could be. But I don't think Fable 3 is a particularly good game. It's all right.
I heard it was multiplayer, though.
Yeah, it might be. I remember playing a single player. But I don't think it was highly... I don't think Fable 2 was all that great. But I mean, it was okay.
I never played any of the Fable games, but I was always jealous because I was not an Xbox guy. And then when Skyrim came out, I felt like that was what I always imagined Fable would be like.
Only parts of it were multiplayer, according to Mad Mikey B.
I'm trying to remember Fable 2 or Fable 3's multiplayer.
Oh, you better wake up first.
Good morning.
Quiet, don't say it. Quiet.
Shake the sleepies out of your eyes.
Pretend we're not here, we'll go away.
Yeah, right. Hello. This is what he did Saturday, pretty much, he tried to do.
I didn't try.
Didn't work.
I didn't try and do it. What do you mean? You make it sound like I'm avoiding you on purpose.
You're right. Instead, he did a James, and he's installed the developer's version of Windows 11.
That's true. I did do
quotes
that.
around it.
Yeah, I did.
Did you install the developer's version of Windows 11?
I installed Windows 11, which is on
all his hard drives.
It's the dev channel of the Insider program for Windows, which is like.
Because you know what he's doing? He's developing a new app that we have to put all the videos on. James.
I'm a developer. It just means, it's just the name of that channel of builds. Dev build means it's a very early build. It's a dev build.
Have you guys watched devs?
Probably not.
No.
I haven't watched anything. I actually did watch a film last night, which was the first film.
What film?
I've watched in a long time. It was L.A. Confidential.
Ooh,
so good. That's a good one.
That is a good film. Rest in peace, Kevin Spacey.
I know.
Career.
Rest in peace.
But I was just flicking through Amazon because I'm trying to find a film Zach's trying to get me to watch, which is the what's that film called that you keep trying to get me to watch?
The Paper Tigers.
The Paper Tigers.
Is that good?
It was really fun. It was really.
It's on Netflix though, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I might have to look because he keeps telling me it's on Amazon and I can't find it.
Well, I bought it through Amazon.
Amazon does that, yeah, and then they try to sell it to you. But I think it's streaming on Netflix, at least in the U.S. You gotta change your location.
Right. I need to check.
Yeah, something about a VPN service.
Right.
Today's GameFront fan mail brought to you by NordVPN.
Yeah, why don't we have a sponsor?
Is it Heen99? Use your code Heen99 now and save nothing.
Why don't we have a sponsor?
Yeah, why don't we have a sponsor?
Because of me.
That's probably but there you go.
We got a bad boy of gaming on our channel.
I think there are multifaceted reasons for it.
I can't think of a single one.
In theory, Zach could complete this entire live stream without offending anybody, and then we could send it as a video to our potential sponsors.
Literally, the next words out of his mouth are going to offend somebody because you've said it. Like because you've said it. Like look at him. He's giving up.
Yeah.
The next
he
words out
has
of
to
his mouth.
complete the bit.
The next words out of his mouth.
Booger.
Dangerous87 can't complain about the camera sync this week. Good job, boys.
It was in sync this week. I don't know what I did differently. Not sure.
Dang. That would have been really helpful.
Have you guys
Yeah.
ever had framboise?
You talking about framboise?
Nope, framboise.
No.
You mean framboise?
That's the French word for raspberries.
Oh.
I think. Majoran Thunder 1629 Pro AF LMAFO.
I think you need to start your streams with now your French word of the day that you're not 100% sure of.
Nice win, James. Good luck in Ring City. Your pyro build will do no damage to most of the bosses. Good. Kamikaze Ice, James, did you just have a seizure? That camera, indeed. Wait, what is it?
It's just me spinning the camera around because I'm trying to look everywhere that is happening to me at the same time.
Question.
Oh, it sounds like a Danny issue. Not really, actually. I don't think Danny does that.
Do what? What's up? I
What?
don't
What?
edit these
God.
videos. Yeah, that is
My lord, I just
Why
got
is he
sick.
looking? Yeah. I have to watch this for hours.
But
Should
having
have
said
that on a
that,
24-hour loop.
I'm quite bad with the camera, to be honest. I've had criticism for waving the camera around a lot.
Well, and then let
well-
alone once the physics of the dead rat gets you interested, you start like playing with it as
yeah,
God.
it was, but that was funny. Like I just had like three dead rats in a small little tunnel, and they were just glitching around all over the place. It was great. Isn't that
Good times.
If you
Dark
can't-
Souls,
if
10
you
out of
can't-
10.
Exactly. If you can't stop and just have a little bit of fun with the physics, with the ragdoll, then what's the point in video games? Answer me that.
I don't know.
I can't answer you that. But
Thank you.
Sega.
Oh yeah, someone.
Yeah, they want you to get sponsored by Sega.
Sponsored by Sega.
Or if anything, you should start dressing like you are, like Joey in that Friends episode where he like wears Porsche stuff or whatever, or Ferrari. Like he just wears the jackets and acts like he owns one.
Oh
should
yeah,
just be all in
yeah.
all
Like he's
Sega,
got a Ferrari, and well, I've got a Sega T-shirt and hat that I could wear.
You need like
Halfway there, man.
you need a jumpsuit that has like little Sonics
Oof.
going down the arms.
Oh wait, weren't we supposed to get somebody one of those?
Yeah, James has to wear the suit. Should we send it to Sedona, or you want it to send to your
yeah.
Venice house?
I think we should send it to Danny. Danny has to do a marathon in it, and then he sends it to James.
Yeah, and then James has to put it
Yeah.
on.
He runs the
But
real
then-
life distance of what Sonic has done throughout the games of the
And we have to
series.
implement
Well,
the
that's
no
impossible.
underwear rule in this thing for sure.
Imagine,
yeah.
imagine
Unless
if you had to buy the
MeUndies
suit.
sponsors us. If
Oh, yeah.
MeUndies or Bombas or whatever the
Imagine if
socks
you had to
Bombas?
buy the suit and then run a marathon in it, and then give it to the next person who then had to run a marathon in it, but you didn't wash it in between.
no! Oh,
And then,
no.
yeah,
I used
whoever
to,
came last would draw the short straw there. It'd just be a combination.
That's the human centipede of a.
I used to do every year the coffee bean had Mr. Ice blended. It was a giant like mascot ice blended, and I would go on the winter walk and I would be the character like dancing around inside of it, and it smelled awful. I don't know if they ever cleaned it.
No, they
It
didn't.
was just like a little hot box of sweat and bad breath, and
Ugh.
it was
Oh.
awful. But
Oh.
I gotta be honest, despite how bad it smelled, I just loved dancing up the street in that thing.
My God, I can see you doing that to that David Bowie and Mick Jagger song, "Dancing in the Street," just like inside you're in hell. Hey, Mad Mikey B should do a Dark Souls walkthrough. I mean, what else we got going on?
You got to choose your coach, though. That's the tough part.
Pick your coach. Danny will be his coach. It's everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I can barely coach myself. I can't coach anybody. That'd be
Well,
dessert.
Well, I'm your coach.
Yeah, you're coaching me, but I'm still very, very new to Dark Souls.
You'll be
I am.
fine.
How
Yeah,
far
once you
am I
get through
through
this
one,
first
like
one,
a
you're going to
quar-
be great.
Right,
Don't
but
worry.
how
A
far through
decade-
am I? Like a
Decade
quarter
in,
way
you're gonna
through,
be
if
good.
that. Like
How many deaths do you have?
90, 98, 99-ish from last count.
And
You
you're a
don't
quarter of the
need
way
a
through. It
coach.
sounds like you're
Yeah,
a
but-
natural expert.
So if it was
He's
500
saying he doesn't
deaths,
want a coach, which is ridiculous, honestly.
Oh, I'm sure he's learned enough by seeing us, the osmosis.
Oh,
of
he's
it
beaten it a bunch
all.
of times.
Don't
Oh.
believe him. He's telling lies.
With zero deaths,
With
he's
zero
just
deaths.
lying.
Mikey's never
He's
played
just
anything other than
lying.
Destiny 2. He's just the only game he's ever played is Destiny 2.
That's true. I am
Actual lies.
surprised that he's even here right now.
I know. It's like he's actually literally had to tear himself away from Destiny 2 just to be here.
Or I bet it's like his controller is on his. Like, he's doing it with his feet. He's typing with his hands, but he's be able to play Destiny 2 still with his feet. He does it so much.
Oh, that would be an interesting skill. Being able to play a video game just using your feet. Obviously, other than
has it.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Or he has one of those Xbox controllers, the adaptive ones.
He's literally playing Destiny 2 right now. Is that true? We can check.
He probably
He literally
is.
no. He's playing Adventure Capitalist. He's telling lies.
I do a Destiny 2 walkthrough. Too long.
But I mean, Adventure
Kamikaze
Capitalist,
Ice,
yeah.
that Weed Eater, Zach is a rile boy, James's new nickname.
The Weed Eater always reminds me of the Gunslinger from Stephen King. Have you guys read that book?
You mean the Dark Tower series?
Well, the first of the.
Well, James hasn't read it either. He just heard about it.
No, I read the first one, but I didn't finish the series.
Okay.
Did you finish the series?
Me?
Sir?
No, I just got him on Audible. Audible.com. Get your free book at
Jesus.
audible.com.
We're not
should've
getting
read a
paid
short
for any
book.
of these. We're not getting paid for any of these.
I should write a short book that's like 25 books that you should pretend like you've read before with short synopsises and like main characters.
Yeah.
That would be
Basically, the
so
footnotes.
useful. Oh, I
would
need
be,
that.
yeah.
I need that book in my. I need one
Okay,
for
Catcher
movies.
in the Rye. Someone's already been there and written "fuck you" on the wall. Boom, done. And moving on.
Can somebody
Fable.
do that book for movies for me? So when
Oh,
Zach
for
asks me if I've
movies?
seen, yeah, so
Oh,
like if
yeah.
Zach ever tells me
Damn
if
it.
I've ever seen a movie, I can say,
100 movies that you should pretend that
You've watched
that you've
Citizen
watched.
Kane, Rosebud,
Yeah.
Jaws. We need a bigger boat.
Oh man,
Shawshank
I think,
Redemption.
I think there's money in this idea. I think.
Yeah,
I
this
think you
is a
should-
good idea.
This is
I'm
actually
so
a good
glad
idea.
that I thought of it and that it's my copyrighted idea.
I know, right? Morgan, get this down. TM copyright.
They have
This
to.
is a-
exist already,
Matt
right?
Mikey just dropped
Yeah.
an audible.com GameFront link. Does that mean we can send that out to people and like get a bonus pay from it? Is that what Mad Mikey did?
I'm glad to see that it is actually everything spelled right. It's not like he switched one letter and it's just like a fake link and we're gonna get a dick pic or something.
Let me see. Page not found. Error. Audible.com.
Well,
Okay,
there
close
it
enough.
is.
Hope.
There
It's
it
the hope
is.
is there, people. If everyone continues to go to that site, they have got to fill it in with something besides a not found link.
We've moved on quite a lot. This is not the same video.
Raycon E25 earbuds.
The Dark
Half the price
Genius,
of
who's
your-
here right
oh.
now. What's up, my dude? Playing any of the Souls games with M and K is heresy, James. Never suggest such blasphemous tomfoolery again. Neither of you deserve to put yourselves through that. Read more, please.
Oh no, let's just leave it at that.
Also, dear God, you guys are bad with directions.
You did wish now that you lifted that.
James?
I
Navigator?
saw a guy on a stream playing DS3
Wait,
for the
did you
first
think that
time.
that was
Just,
the
he
part
just
that I couldn't
ignored the
read?
name. He just ignored the name.
Oh my
They probably
gosh.
threw it to you
Oh,
because
it's
you couldn't pronounce
Alexi.
it. Alexi.
James,
a
we're gonna have to
electric
take an improv class together when we can be in person.
Yeah.
It's Alexi. I'll coach you in improv. If
No,
you
no,
need
no,
to.
no. You and me are gonna need to take an improv class to work on our communication and our bits.
Yes, and I'll be the coach of that improv class.
Okay.
Dude, it's called therapy. Stop referring to it as an improv class.
I still think that we should get a marriage counselor. I'm 100% open to it.
Well, if my insurance covered it, then I would be in. But I don't have insurance, so it doesn't cover it.
Wow.
Okay, I have insurance. So you dress up like me or pretend to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, and I'm just saying you in general, dress up like Danny. One of you's got to shave their head, I'm saying. And then you pretend you're us going through therapy.
Oh.
And then you can also coach us, but then you can use my insurance.
Can we still talk about Dark Souls 3 and 2, or do we have to talk about only Dark Souls 1?
Oh, that's true. You got to start at Dark Souls Remastered. You got to start there.
Oh, no.
Okay. This isn't going to work.
But anyways, DS3, he was streaming, beat Yorn the hard way with mouse and keyboard, but I agree with you. Okay. I actually bought a controller for my PC after getting DS1. I can't imagine playing it with mouse and keyboard. It would be hard, but I feel like it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. The same way that people beat it with like Guitar Hero.
Dance
Guitar Hero controller, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not good.
I mean, they're good.
Moving on. I mean, they're good. We're not good.
We know good.
I don't know if this is a Windows 11 thing, but oh, there we go. It's working
Oh,
again.
shit.
Whoa.
It's fine. It's fine. Ignore that. Carrying on. What was it? Ralph Murphy.
Another exciting 35-minute episode of Dementia Souls, but Morgan did do a good job finally putting down Vendrick onto the DLC.
I was the one who found the tree that we needed to get to. Okay, so if we're talking about that, I was the one that remembered. Morgan just didn't remember something. Morgan just went to the place where the guy barely attacks and had the wherewithal to be committed to beating him.
Yeah, that was painful, guys. I'm recalling watching this episode. And you guys like trying
James,
to hunt
are you
down
complaining
a
that
giant
I
soul.
beat him?
No, I'm complaining that I don't get credit for remembering where that
you
tree
Googled
was.
it. You don't remember that you Googled it.
It did sound like you were Googling
serious?
the whole time.
Yeah, you
weren't
Googled it. You don't remember that, so
I didn't
that's
Google
sad.
that. I was
Yeah,
Googling
you
other
did.
stuff, dude.
Oh, you were
I was Googling other stuff.
Oh, that's
I was Googling other stuff.
You Googled
Show your-
everything
show your
but the
search
one piece
history,
of
dude.
information that we needed. It's
Time
on the
stamp.
video. They know that we're Googling it because we talk about it.
I know, but I wasn't Googling that. I was telling you before that it was at those doors and you had to go through the doors and that's where the tree was. I remembered.
Okay.
I remember the original DS Fix mod, but I don't remember us then trying to use the mouse and keyboards afterwards, as the Dark Genius asked in chat.
Kamikaze Ice 3858. James is spent.
Do we want to watch that? Or
Yeah,
we
let's
know-
see what it is. Is it James just getting crushed by Vendy? Oh.
Yeah, you just started crushing Radiant Life Gems.
Yeah,
You didn't even need them. I just don't understand. Like, I'm okay with you using resources,
you're
but
not.
you didn't even need them.
You're not.
That
Don't
one-
pretend you're okay with it.
The
need to
second
be
one you
honest
just
with me
popped,
and
You
yourself.
just popped to crush my heart. You were like
Yeah.
Kano in Mortal
Uh-huh.
Kombat, and you just
Wow.
crushed it.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, it did not feel good.
Good.
I know wins.
Nick Hanley could make some terrible jokes here. Seriously, you could. Holy restraint, Batman. And then the is that like a troll face, emoji face, whatever?
Yeah. Little troll face.
Kamikaze Ice. Says 11
James talking how Morgan is gonna get creamed again. James baby bottom cream teeny.
Wow.
A dish served better served cold.
The classic cream corn, James Heaney.
Yeah, I just
His baby
in my
bottom
pants
just
over here.
full of that cream deenie.
Pelagius. Okay, so I guess you've done most of the things to do in the vanilla game. Might as well go talk to the Dark Diver guy in Drenglik Castle. But I'd say it's a good time to focus on DLCs, since those are basically the whole reason of playing DS2 again. Oh, and in the Shire of Amana, there's a bonfire called that. Halfway through that area, there's a bridge hidden under the water that Morgan found ages ago, guarded by one of the Dragon Rider enemies. That place has cool-looking royal armor and crown.
Fashion sauce. Fashion sauce.
Ralph Murphy, of course, now they'll spend 35 minutes trying to find that place. Pelagius, easy quality GameFront content. That's how you do it. You just tell us something exists in some obscure place and we'll try to find it for a long time.
You hit the door to knock, and the dum-dums inside opened it. Kamikaze, and then Nick Hanley replies to him, "Wait, dude, are you sure the dum-dums are inside? I'm pretty sure they're outside. Who needs a life ring anyways, right?" James needs Tevring, LOL. No, I don't need the life ring. I need the hollow ring. All right. Much love to you, bro. I'm sorry. I'm here more often. Sorry, I'm here more often. What was this?
Oh, this is a reference to that Knucklehead show that we don't.
Oh.
We both watch Knuckleheads. And
No
we don't.
worries. Forget about it.
Oh
Someday
God,
they'll
they're
love
pushing
it.
that still too.
Yeah, they're really into it.
Then you guys go watch Undergrads. That's
Nah.
my equivalent to that piece of show.
Danger Dad.
I mean,
the
I
door
haven't
at
seen it.
3020 is a trick door. You have to knock on it and wait for whoever is home to answer. Rather unique in terms of Soul's door interactions. Nick Hanley, yeah, this door got me. I wish I were smarter.
James, you're not going to pump ADP enough to get you any meaningful, faster chugging speed. Further points into it are wasteful, in my opinion. Not that you have many other choices. Vigor cap is 50. Furthers are negligible returns. Endurance cap 20. Further points give you +1 stamina. So you might see a difference after a set of like 20, 30 extra. Not worth it, in my opinion. Vitality, effective cap is 29. All further gives you +1% equipment load. Not worth it. Strength, 50 cap. Further points give negligible returns. Dex. So what do you... Okay, so Fume Knight, Ultra Greatsword, is a good sword if James wants to change things up. Blocks better than the Greatsword, and some attacks include blocking for a few frames. Or Power Stance 2 Greatswords, because why not murder everything? Toss some resins, buffs on them, and you'll look like you're at a rave. I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
But so if they're saying basically everything has these caps, we're not quite at the strength. I guess we're not at those.
Yeah,
caps
we should just
yet.
be pumping strength until we hit 50, and then Dex, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Saints928, you guys should do that thing where they use absolutely stupid controllers like 2 Atari joysticks or a PS1 driving wheel.
That sounds fun.
To play Dark Souls?
I tried to play. I did play Rocket League with a Sega Genesis controller once.
No.
That didn't go well. Mainly because there's no way to because you've got no right analog stick, so you couldn't boost. You couldn't tilt the car backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
So
it's terrible.
Yeah, it was, but it made for some quality content on a YouTube channel once.
Ooh, tell us which YouTube channel? File Tracker.
Yeah, that's the one. But I mean, my point is, maybe you could do something like that. That would be.
You have a secret YouTube channel that you're uploading video game content to?
Yeah, right.
No,
he just uploaded this video yesterday.
I haven't uploaded to it since we brought GameFront back. But in the time between the old GameFront and the new GameFront, I had to occupy my time somewhere, and But
are you guys still playing Rocket League? I play every day. Mikey played yesterday. You guys playing or not playing?
I loaded it yesterday.
Rank roll call.
I'll play it whenever people want to play, but nobody ever wants to play. Mikey refuses to play with me constantly. That includes Rocket League. But I mean, it's like I just I posted you that link actually. Did you see that Ford pickup truck?
Danny, you walk into Mikey's house, knocking on the door, asking his mom if he can come out and play, and he's just shaking his head. He's like, "No, I don't want it."
That's literally what happens. Yeah.
And Mikey, come out and play.
Hey, Mikey, come out and play.
Yeah, but I saw the Ford pickup truck, and I thought that seems like it would be up Morgan's alley. That because you were going on about that Ford Maverick the other week.
No, it's all about Nissan Quest now, baby.
Yeah, Nissan Quest are bust. Jays has 2 comments. Glad to see the core 4 back together, and he is also saying that when we go to the YouTube videos, they can't hear the audio.
Sorry, they can't hear what?
The audio of the video when we click on a time link.
Oh yeah, that's probably I mean, I wouldn't worry too much about that because the audio doesn't.
Well, he's
really
weird enough to comment about it. He's saying.
I still need to figure out a nice way to show footage from when people link us to a. Do you know what I mean? Like I need a second scene specifically for just showing videos, I guess. Sorry, James.
Maybe,
yes.
No, I was just gonna say something snarky, but I don't have room to talk, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Wow.
No,
You're
you-
gonna
I was
throw
gonna
shade
say-
at Danny.
You fire your shot, James. See how it plays out for you.
So Danny, you're telling him not to worry about the quality of the thing he's watching. So, which coming out of my mouth sounds pretty dumb, you know.
James, do you
That
ever,
was your
do you ever
joke?
worry about the quality of the? Do you ever worry
Wait,
about the
what-
quality of the things you put out? Like
What was the
that's question.
punchline?
There was no punchline. I was just saying because he was saying don't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about that. And I was in my mind, I was thinking, well, he's the one watching it because we get to see and listen to the thing. But yeah, I did a really bad move on the Remnant video. But in all
Oh yeah,
fairness,
we
but I
don't even
should've-
talk about that yet. The Remnant video that you just dropped on me out of nowhere. By the way, half the footage is missing, so it's just swathes of black screen. The
What?
sync is so out. It's so out of sync that you have to be in another time zone just to get the audio because the video's that far out. Like I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like it's not salvageable. And then you drop it and then you fuck off to Sedona. That's basically what happens. And then you're leaving us here to pick up the pieces. Me, Zach, and Morgan here, just trying
Ooh,
to.
don't throw me in there.
Well, you're the one who had to go and fix that video title because the video title was wrong.
And yeah, my fingers hurt from all the typing.
It was probably the most work you've done in a while on GameFront, but
Oh,
I mean-
you mother!
it was my bad. Well, I guess we'll talk about that. And there's no comments on it, right? Because it never went live.
it didn't go.
I
Well,
assume.
no, obviously it didn't go live. It went live to the Patreon, unfortunately, because I have to admit I didn't quality check your work. I trusted you, and I put it on Patreon.
Well,
And
I didn't check my quality work either.
You guys need to go and make a restaurant together. It's just like, yeah,
Just
quality
watch it.
control. Fuck it,
just
James, you're in
watch it
charge.
burn down. Do you like having what are those things? What do they call it when they shut you down for hygiene or whatever? Yeah,
Health
like a
inspectors?
Yeah, do you like
Health
having penalty notices? Then we'll
Oh.
rack up a few of those.
Oh yeah.
Failed a health inspection. Well, luckily we're not. We don't have to follow any health regulations.
I was just saying, neither
Yeah,
of you want to
we're
show up for work. Just-
Yeah, imagine the four of us doing something that was like a safety critical thing.
Danny's just popping opioids, promoting them.
I can operate this forklift.
I'm pinned against the wall. Ah!
Yeah. Anyway,
Morgan's outside checking out on his Nissan Quest. Just like, oh my god, I gotta get out of here.
this is why we don't run Amazon. Anyway, where are we up to?
God, once again.
Sorry,
We
yeah,
got to
scroll
go to the top of this one. I've
Alexa,
beaten DS 1, 2, and 3 with 2 hands on the keyboard. What?
so you mean no mouse?
Congrats. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Right.
Congrats. I've only done DS1 RE4 keyboard only. DS2 only partially, about halfway through mapped keyboard buttons to the mouse so it didn't register double clicks as separate action. I'm curious, how did you map it? I've never mapped number keys left, right, or so these are the mappings is what we're reading
Yeah,
here.
we don't need to read through that, but if you want to map
I have
like
a quick
Alexi
question.
does,
though.
you can do that.
How would you get through the game without the mouse? So like, how would you?
Well, I
rotate the
guess then
camera?
you read the mapping. I guess we do read the mapping then.
Okay,
Okay, you've asked
But
the
you-
question,
the
now
problem-
answer.
you can't
problem
map the
I
camera
have
though,
is-
right? You could
Well,
map
I'm
the
on
camera.
arrow keys to control the camera was more comfortable for me. So there, yeah,
Oh,
you're
okay,
controlling
yeah,
the
okay,
camera
so-
with one set, and you're walking with the other, and then you're attacking with the third.
That sounds literally disgusting. That actually just
Yeah,
sounds like
that sounds
actual-
not fun.
Yeah. Anyway, Isaac Sims
Yeah,
says that
because you
steel- Oh, sorry. go ahead.
directions. But I'm sorry, I'm just thinking to myself, this is the big frustration with using the keyboard. The only downfall is when you try to do camera work is there's only 4 directions, or even walking. You can't walk diagonal unless you're hitting W and A at the same time. I don't know if that would work. But okay, well, let's move on.
That steel armor is really good. Also, one of the best looking full heavy sets. IMO.
Heat pump tumble dryer. I'd go with that.
What is a
We need
heat
to,
pump tumble dryer?
I don't know. It just sounds cool.
What's the difference?
We need to.
Dude,
Are
put
you
it-
talking about like a gas? I'm gonna Google it.
Heat pump. Maybe it's a. Oh, are these sex things?
I'm about to find out. Holy moly! Look at the Look at the hole
I want to
in that
search it
thing.
now too.
Yeah, no, they're just regular dryers.
Okay.
Sorry, what's happening?
We're just reading the chat. We're interacting with people in the real time.
And Crispy AI has a good question. Should I get a condensing or heat pump tumbler dryer?
So
My
we just,
current one is not
What?
blank.
they just read
What?
that.
What?
Oh my gosh, this guy's high as hell.
I think heat pump. I think the heat pump ones are less environmentally friendly, right? But probably more efficient than the condensing ones, which are probably more environmentally friendly because they condense the heat.
I don't
into
know what
water, I
either of
guess.
those things are. A heat pump of what? Pumping heated what?
So I don't.
Air?
I'm not an expert, but I mean, my limited understanding would think that a heat pump would vent heat to atmosphere, whereas a condenser would take the warm air and then use it to kind of condense water.
I'm watching a mechanical video on it. It looks like they're pumping some kind of liquid through a radiator.
Yeah.
And like that goes through a heater, and then air blows over the coils of that radiator.
Yeah, which cools the air down, and that's how you.
Well,
deal
it
with
heats the air up.
Oh, it heats the air. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Something like
Danny, think before you speak, okay? You're making yourself look.
Oh well,
pretty
I'm
stupid.
sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Tumble Dryer Engineer. I mean,
Hey, I do what I do on the weekends, okay? And I'm a tumble dryer engineer, man.
no, that was your role in the last porn video that you did. That's a completely different thing.
Oh, you dirty dog, you! You got me.
Yeah, that wasn't a real
so
joke,
Isaac-
Zach.
Oh,
Anyway.
this is why it's inefficient, because they heat it up, and then it does look like they also have to cool it down again before they run it back into the machine so that they can heat it up again. That's where they're losing a lot of their goodness.
I've been talking to him about it, but once again, I was just in a porno. I'm not an actual tumble dryer engineer.
It seems
I
like
don't
they
think
could get,
Zach has
more
crossed the
efficient
line
pump.
into offensive yet. I mean, pornography
tried.
is a legitimate
Oh no, this
business
is saying
to
that
be
it's
involved
better for the environment. I don't know.
Pornography?
Yeah.
in. It probably is. So Isaac Sim said that steel armor is good and one of the best looking full heavy sets in his opinion. But Nick follows with, "You, sir, are an erudite man." I don't know what the heck that means. Isaac Sim says, "You're the first person to not only call me that, but ever say that word to me." And then Isaac Sims continues with, "Also, guys, upgraded steel armor and greatsword combo would be super dope." And
Love
GameFront
it.
says, "Love it."
Thumbs up, hearts.
What does erudite mean?
Means they're like knowledgeable.
Oh,
Oh, the
well, now
irony.
do I feel dumb?
Oh,
Oh, the irony.
It's not lost amongst me. Also, what does the word irony mean?
Neolite. It always amazes me how you guys lose your way and forget everything you did in a week, maybe even less than a week. Fascinating, really. Edit. Was the audio this bad before? The game sounds very low, and whatever that fan noise is really loud. To heck with Patreon. These two need a GoFundMe to buy Prevagen. Okay.
What's Prevagen?
Okay. It's for brains.
Oh, is it like a memory drug?
LOL, I was sad
Memory
and
drug.
thinking there will be no clueless wandering when Morgan said he'd beaten DS2 and the DLCs multiple times. And Ryan Murphy responds to Lexi. He doesn't remember anything about them.
that's
Yeah,
true,
that-
because it was like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Who remembers anything from 8 years ago?
I mean, remembering
mean-
things. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, remembering things from last week, you should be expected to remember that. But from 8 years
Which I
ago,
do. I feel like I'm getting lumped
Yeah.
in with James on this
No.
one.
But then, to be fair, I come back to Dark Souls after a week, and then the first thing I always say to Zach is, "What were we doing last week?" Like,
Yeah.
I do remember eventually, but like
You
it
edit
just
the
takes me a
videos
minute.
too.
I know it's bad, right?
Quality control.
Funny man. Anyway,
Just closes his eyes and randomly clicks and says, "Oh, well, I think there's a death here."
Jays says at the end of the video, Vendrick was telling you to seek the ancient crowns, aka do the DLCs. Each time you complete a DLC and retrieve a new crown, and after you get the crown for beating the main game, you can go talk to him in his dream for new dialogue.
Oh, that's
Just
fun.
remember that you can go beat the game and face the new final boss anytime without worrying of automatically being ushered into NG+. Before you end this Dark Souls 2 run through, remember to go through all the DLC and go fight all the non-DLC Dark Lurker optional bosses. Just that. This boss is famous for making you eat a lot of human effigies, but as long as you're willing to take 5 minutes to understand how bonfire aesthetics work and use them on only 1 or 2 bonfires, you can farm infinite effigies rather quickly. We can teach you on Discord. All right. Then Nick says, Jace, dude, you're amazing. Just put away the thought that you can teach these two anything. It won't work. It's just a recipe for disappointment. Was it Homer Simpson who made the quote, "Can't win, don't try"?
Oh, Jesus.
Yikes.
Wow. Ulasile says, this is the genre of episode that frustrates me. It's sort of why I've basically given up on giving highly specific advice. I figure it's just information overload for them, so I prefer to vibe out instead.
That is what we're talking about. We're just vibing out here, guys. Isaac Sims, hey guys, I have a great idea for a challenge run, a DLC rush. The first one to beat all DLCs in Dark Souls 2 wins. The catch is whatever character you pick at the beginning is your character for the rest of the game. You're not allowed to change armor or weapon. You can level up whatever and use consumables and upgrade your armor and weapons, but you have to stick with your character's armor and weapons the whole way through. I think it would be a super fun race.
I like the idea of that.
Yeah, we should do it in Dark Souls 3, though.
Okay.
James, were you in a vibrator ad?
Yes, I was. How did you? Where? I don't see this. Where did you read that?
It's in the Twitch chat.
Pelagius found it somehow.
Oh my gosh, he's showing it to everybody right now.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Is it online?
Is it like for a rabbit, or what is it? What's the vibrator called?
It's called Emoji Baiter. It's called Emoji Baiter, and they're vibrators that are emojis. It's pretty funny. It's a pretty funny commercial.
I kind of like that.
Classic non-union work. Classic non-union work.
Emoji Baiter. That's awesome.
Okay.
I think they made.
Okay.
I think they might have made.
Should be looking this up at work, but it's okay.
You know what? The
everything's
problem
bad.
is now we've made it so this isn't probably not shareable video for the sponsors. All of a sudden,
Unless
talking
they're
about
the
emoji.
sponsor.
I was going to say,
got
do you
them
think they'd
to
be interested
sponsor.
in a sponsorship deal?
Dude,
I don't know. Maybe it is the internet.
I mean, surely our audience is their perfect demographic, right? I mean,
I love this. Celebrate
Phil's
Pride.
gonna post it in
Enter our
Discord.
biggest giveaway ever to win over $500 in prizes. Hey, Emoji Baiter, that's great. I mean, enter. Just like that's already a great opening.
and does
I don't know
promo
if,
code
like, our fan
Heaney500
base
work
is, like,
on this?
the
Yeah, it's
same-
Heaney99, right?
I don't know
Heaney99,
if-
sorry, yeah.
Our fan base and the Emoji Baiter fan base is like the same group of people.
I think it is. I think it's absolutely. I mean, I think they should give us money and we can, sponsor them.
Have you looked at our demographics?
Dude, and I would say most, they all still look very functional, or it's not like they're ridiculous.
Our audience is asking us to endorse this product. So that's how.
I know. I'm
You know
trying
what
to
I'm
think, how
saying?
could I endorse this without
I would-
having to try
I
it?
think if we get I really think
I
being
guess you could
sponsored by
really-
some dryer company is actually more effective. Like, if
Yeah,
we
but
were,
I mean,
like,
a tumble dryer is a tough one because that's like a very, you pay for a tumble dryer maybe once every 10 years, right? Like you don't go out.
I mean, the
tumble dryers
intro
on
to
the regular.
Kink set is on sale from $114 to $69. Come on, that's great.
by Dark Genius.
I mean, you win at that price. They have CBD lube. They used to. It's sold out.
And Jordan Thunder, you guys missed the examine prompt in Oregon. Well, if you want them, Vendrick's weapon and armor are in the Shrine of Amana from the Crumbled Ruins bonfire. Follow the stone path until you see a submerged bridge on your left. It leads to a door hidden behind roots in the left wall. You must be human to open the door. Poor James getting no screen time this video. Gears of Games. Yep, missed it again. And the prompt even popped up in the video for a second. James Suter, I know, right? Well, we missed
I
it.
didn't
Sorry.
see anything that said examine.
Yeah, of course we missed it. It's fine.
It's not fine. Something's
I'm a
wrong with us,
DG,
dude.
6
Something's wrong.
minutes and 8 seconds. Notice the examine prompt. Oh no, that was the soul you never picked up. Oh well, you don't need them anymore. You completed most of the base game now. Excited to see you guys venture into uncharted territory and complete the DLC. The bosses are fantastic.
Can you please click that? I need to see the examine prompt that showed up.
It's too late now.
Oh, there it was.
Jesus!
I saw it.
That's
It
what
was,
I guided you there. That's where I guided you.
You guided me there.
I guided you there.
James, you
I
should watch this
guided you
video
there.
before you start making wild claims.
I guided you there. I was like, we should check to make sure. And then I brought you. I said, this is probably where it should be. And then you didn't hit the examine button.
This is probably where it should be.
Okay, we
Still up
got
in the air.
Danny sold with Zach.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Oh, bye.
oh, breaking my heart, man.
No, I want to hear it. I want to see it. Let's go.
I'm actually becoming somewhat competent at Dark Souls. How would you assess my performance lately, Zach?
I'm gonna give you a solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, that's not bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's not bad. No, that's solid. And you can't assess without a couple of asses in there. You know what I mean?
James, you so good. You got me. You got it.
It's true though.
We are
Breon
much
Forks says, Danny, not to criticize Zach with a K. Who, I don't know who that is. The people keep talking about him, but I've never. Anyway, who did a good
One
job
day
in
we'll
the.
meet him.
Yeah, we'll meet him one day. He must just be. Anyway.
He's aloof.
He did a good job in this episode, but I just have to point out that you were right. That you don't have to go down the frog hole. I knew we didn't have to do that, Zach. I knew it was a trap. There is another way to get to the boss. Having said that, I'm glad Zach's memory isn't perfect because there's more adventure when you don't know where you're going. And your instinct.
There's just little bits of adventure, you know? There's just these little bits of adventure.
Little bits.
I know.
Tiny
It's an adventure
bits of adventure. And yeah, that's a good way to put
That's like a really good name for a channel. Maybe someone should do that.
it. Yeah.
I gotta
Now,
go.
I like Gentle Lintel. Gentle Lintel is the title of the channel.
No, I don't think that's a snappy. I think Adventure Bit sounds
Yeah.
better.
Probably got to keep that name tag, then.
I can't tell if he's actually upset or not. Like he looks angry.
No,
Who, me?
And your instinct to explore the frog area while cursed is a good one because you can't get double cursed in this game. Yeah, see, someone had told me that and I remembered it, which was key. So I thought, yes, while I'm already cursed, we might as well deal with the frogs.
It's nice when you can brag about remembering something, right?
Well, I mean, you've got to take these little victories while you can get them, right?
True.
And then a little tip, I think it's pretty handy to have a mid-ranged weapon like a crossbow or a bow if you're building up decks, because crossbows can be upgraded to be pretty strong and is very handy for enemies like cursed frogs and dogs. Upgraded, it'll be a one-shot item. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good idea.
I just need to point out that Healer says if Danny took over Adventure Bits, it would become Adventure Brits.
Oh.
Ban that.
I like that.
Except that nobody's British on there except for me, really. So.
Well, what about Mikey? Would Mikey not be joining with you?
Oh, so it'd be like a me and Mikey channel, Adventure
Yeah.
Brits.
And it'd be Adventure Brits.
I don't know. There might be some money in that. I don't know, but anyway, think about it. We'll take it offline. Jays1618 says, "Yeah, I was glad they both thought that waterfall looks like instant death." And then Zach does play dumb quite a lot, etc. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it was good that you let me explore this area a little bit, to be honest, and just leave me to my own devices. But I think it worked out okay in the end. So, yeah. Jays says, I don't know what causes Lautrec to start or stop offering to sell that tip to you, but it's actually related to the catacombs rear of Thorolund and her two companions. So I'll leave a link to the 20-second YouTube vid, that Lautrec conversation, as a reply to this one, in case you want to view it during the fan mail video. You didn't reply though, Jays, so anyway. I'm leaving it a follow-up comment because I'm not sure if you have set a rule to auto delete comments linking to other YouTube videos. We haven't. After you
Really
get
let
that-
us down, Jays. Just saying.
unless we haven't, it's held for review. It's held for review. There we go.
And we're the assholes. The asses are here.
we can fix that right now.
I hope he what's that called? Rick rolls us.
Never going to give.
Yeah,
you
and then
up.
just put some like.
And then we get get strike.
So do we
Or-
need to? Do we need to? So we need to watch this video basically because it will show us. What's this showing us?
Can you say catacombs again?
Catacombs.
Yeah, that's
Catacombs.
awesome, dude. So it's like honeycomb. I want a bowl of honeycomb.
What?
Do you not have honeycomb cereal out there?
Yeah,
That
we
even
have
exist anymore?
we have honeycomb cereal. Sure. I'll leave a link to the 20-second
Honeycomb?
YouTube vid of that. No, it's honeycomb. He's just being facetious, like he
Oh,
always is.
okay, thank God. I was like, is that really how you guys pronounce that?
No.
Because it's awful.
I
Wait,
just by just
catacombs-
biting your tongue. I don't want to say anything, but this
You
guy
do
doesn't
say
know how to speak
catacombs,
English.
though, right? Catacombs.
Catacomb would be valid, but honeycomb, no.
No.
Yeah, that's insanity. But catacomb.
yeah.
That makes.
What would you put through your hair if you were going to brush? Well,
This is a
brush.
deeply
A
deeply
brush.
hurtful question.
Just say brush,
Uh,
Danny. Make him eat it.
Danny also doesn't have hair, so what's he putting his brush or comb through?
I don't.
What
I
is this
I-
comb you speak of? This
been a lo-
brush.
It's been a long time since I had hair, so I don't really know.
but what's the word call if you were gonna go through the sand with a fine blank or a fine toothed blank? Like, is you what?
Rake?
Pick?
Yeah, I mean,
Rake.
I would usually use a rake
Shovel?
for going through sand. Yeah.
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 We
Anyway,
ain't that
Alright.
shit.
I'll leave a link to the 20-second YouTube vid of that law check conversation as a reply to this one. In case you want to view it during the fan mail video, I'm leaving it in a follow-up comment, etc. After you get that tip from Law Trek, if you go to Petrus afterwards, you get the most disturbing conversation out of that man that the game has to offer from any NPC conversation. It's kind of a hidden Easter egg, and it's also included in the video below. I mean, because it's a conversation and we don't have audio, I won't put it on now.
Yeah,
But we'll.
yeah,
we'll
but
have a
I'm
look
gonna
at
check
it.
that out myself. I
Yeah,
like
we'll-
disturbing conversations.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, we'll check that out. Sorry, what do you mean that you like this disturbing conversations? I don't.
I mean, if there's a video game that there's like something bizarre that like seems out of place, I'd like to. If it disturbs the general feel of the game, I'd like to see it. You know, I think it seems
Okay.
cool,
Jay-
counterculture, if you will.
Jay's 1618 says, "Wonder if the reason Danny doesn't like to walk with his shield up is that it's less comfortable to hold the left trigger down while you move the left thumbstick around than it is to hold the left bumper, etc." Because I did swap my bumpers and triggers. It's true.
Oh, that's insane.
It's insane.
However,
I'll
well,
third that.
listen, 8 out of 10. So something's working, right? The formula clearly. is
Yeah,
making
I
sense.
guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So anyway,
Begrudgingly, all of us.
that isn't the reason. The reason why I don't hold the shield up all the time is because I'm sure I was told during a Sekiro live stream that you can do that in Sekiro. We haven't decided. Comb. But like you should hold the shield up all the time in Sekiro, but that you shouldn't do that in Dark Souls, and that's why I've never done it in Dark Souls. Now, if that's wrong advice, and I can just spam the
this-
shield, then I will spam
If-
the shield. I
Well,
mean,
that's
Well,
wrong
let me-
advice.
let me
He
ask
just
you-
doesn't want to be right. Okay.
Let me give you an expert explanation of this. In Dark Souls, if you are using your shield and you get hit, it slowly regenerates. But if you drop your shield, it quickly regenerates. Now, if you're walking around with the shield up, it's okay. As long as when you get attacked, if your stamina goes down, you lower the shield at the appropriate time to regain your stamina.
I understand it
What the
now.
fuck is happening right now?
I don't know.
James is teaching
Don't you
us in
teach
Dark
my
Souls.
student? Get out of my dojo. This is like Cobra Kai level stuff.
This is the Jimbo Dojo.
And then apparently, and this isn't Dark Souls related, but Jay's has been working on a book.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
Is that true? Or I am writing it as I speak mostly. My hopes of writing that tell-all memoir of behind the scenes of the making of Danny Souls were dashed once it became clear my expertise and coaching skills were superfluous to yours, and as such, I wouldn't be called upon to randomly guest star throughout the rest of the series. So with my access to Intel Core, I've decided to pivot and release a digest of all my GameFront video comments. I guarantee you'll love it even more than the second time.
Should we just start a publishing company?
Yeah.
What the amount of comments Jays puts down, we got stuff to print. Or at least talk to Audible about getting James to read them out loud. Like those lore videos that are coming out soon, right? When is that officially announced?
You know what? We're trying to get the producers are working on the scheduling of it, and once everybody gets on the same page,
Yeah,
I'm sure once it starts, it'll be fast.
we have calls out to Brian Singer to direct.
Oh my God! There's
Weinstein's
a giant
producer.
lizard outside this place. I
Don't
didn't
try
know
to
they
distract
grew that
us,
big.
James.
With Godzilla.
Not Godzilla, but I'd say about the size of my hand.
Oh,
Like that big. That's pretty big. Usually the ones I see in California are like really small. Oh wow, it's running back and forth.
oh right, you're in Arizona, so hey, Desertville.
That's. I wonder if that if it would bite me. I mean, it probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't be able to catch it. I've been trying to catch. There's baby frogs. I've got a bunch of pictures of them.
Is that
And
why
they
you
couldn't
sent a
be much
picture
bigger than-
of a frog to Danny?
What's happening right now?
Maybe it was. It was about the size of my thumbnail. It was
How
so
did this
crazy.
segue occur?
Sorry, because there's literally a lizard that was running back and forth across outside, and it was bigger than lizards I usually see.
James has the attention span of a goldfish.
It was funny
here we
though.
go.
Just a little frustration with you. Yeah.
A little frustration with what? Sorry, with me.
Well, you changed your controls, which is not a big deal, but it's weird. I don't know why people do that. But I was playing Worms with my high school friends from when I was in high school, and like they don't play games much. And the first thing the person did was changed the mapping of it. And then he's like, "Oh, how do you do this or how do you do that?" It's like, well, he didn't change the mapping himself, but he put it into like classic mode or whatever. And I was like, just keep it on the regular so I can tell you as I'm playing it. It's hard to give advice to somebody if they have controls that are different.
And in this video, I do say like left bumper a couple times or right bumper, and I should be referring to the other. But hey, Danny wants to be Danny, playing Danny Souls.
Listen, I don't appreciate being put on blast like this, James. Like, you don't see us
Sorry.
criticizing you at any stage.
I
So-
booted up Doom Eternal the other day on my PC, and it instantly asked the same thing with my control, or if I was going to plug a controller in, that I could remap it to however I please. And I was like, "Why don't put that out there? Just have it how it is, so the person who's coming in blind doesn't start to do something like Danny over here did. I want the fire button to be X, like it's a quick time event in Resident Evil 5."
It's unbelievable. This, like, it's as if not like we sit here and go through all your videos and just criticize what you do wrong all the time.
I don't
And now all of a
make
sudden-
videos.
Well, not you. I mean, James, but like, whatever. But like,
Danny, I live my life in a perpetual blast chamber. Okay, I'm always on blast.
that's quite true. Yeah.
It's always on blast. But do you ever stop to think why?
No,
Yeah, but,
no.
He's moving too fast from all the blasting.
Yeah.
Maybe you just need like a small self-reflective moment where you can just like think about it.
I will say that maybe in hindsight, I shouldn't have swapped them around. However, it's probably a bit too late to change it now.
You should switch back because you're now going forward. Every Dark Souls game that you play, you're gonna have to switch around. And
Oh,
this-
yeah.
yeah.
that's
You
true.
should switch back.
Okay, maybe next episode I'll switch them back. But that's
Yeah.
gonna cause its own series of headaches for a while.
I'm out.
Well, you could do a farming episode where you get used to the new control.
James'
Oof.
farming episodes. He
Farming
loves them.
episode.
Anyway,
Scrolling around like a crazy person.
yeah, I can't remember where we're up to because of all the criticism I've got from my control scheme. Oh yeah, we were talking about the shields.
Yeah.
were we done with that? Anyway, Steve the Ghost
we're
says
done.
I couldn't stand the Lighthouse. I was bored to tears. LOL. Cold Skin is a very similar movie, and that was much better. IMO. to which you were tilted. And then Zach says you just didn't. Sorry, Steve doesn't care for that film.
I actually wrote a line from the movie Lighthouse, and I would like to perform it now for you all.
Oh, please do.
What? Scene.
Huh.
That was very good.
Thank you.
What's the lighthouse about? The president?
Is the
That's
lighthouse
the
William
White
Dafoe?
House.
Oh,
Is
wait.
William Dafoe in that movie?
Maybe
Yeah,
I
and so is Robert Pattinson. It's literally just the two of them. And it's
I really want to see that. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks so good. But
it's from the same
Steve the
guy who
Ghost
made
didn't like it.
The Witch. So if you liked The Witch, it's slow, it's very atmosphere like driven and like character. Just those two guys. But yes, see, as we do discuss, and we can just skip right ahead, is that he's really into watching Ray Stevenson plow a sea beast, and that's what happens in Cold Skin. It's in the trailer.
Oh.
It's really creepy. I was like, whoa, and that's what Steve the Ghost
what
is
kind
all
of
about.
sea beast? Like a fishy thing?
Look,
or
it looks like
a
the
water mammal?
creature from Shape of Water.
Oh, so it's a
that thing's
Oh,
fishy thing.
hot.
Yeah,
That thing is
yeah,
hot.
right. I mean,
Hmm.
I'd get that on.
You'd get that on.
Kamikaze
Yeah.
says
Emoji
you will
Vader
only
style.
see.
I'd get that on.
I'd get
Not
that
you'd
on.
get on that. Not I'd hit that.
I don't know how how it's gonna go down. I gotta first approach it. Is it getting on? Am I getting on?
Kamikaze says you only see a predetermined number of things, other things, from other players. Messages, ghosts, bloodstains, summon signs. Some things are filtered by soul level as well. Otherwise, you'd never see the ground because you know people would be dying and or leaving messages to hide the ground far more often. LOL. Okay.
Yeah, I was just wondering about like, is there because like there's those messages around, and I was wondering like if everybody sees the same messages in the same places all the time, like why isn't the game just full of them? Because people would just spam them everywhere. But obviously, Kamikaze has answered it. But we actually found one later in that episode, which was like just randomly in the middle of nowhere in midair that you couldn't possibly ever reach, and I still don't know how that one got there. Hackers, yeah.
They're all over the place. It must be hacking, right?
Oh yeah, Acid Burn or whatever was there. Is that the name of the one from the movie?
Ooh, can I say?
What?
Can you do?
Hackers?
You already know on this next one.
If you want me to, yeah.
Yeah, do that.
You already know. It's such a weird response.
F those frogs, man. I support you, my friend. Good job, Mr. King, but you are ready for what comes next. So,
But are you
already
ready for
know.
what comes next?
but you already
You
know
already
it's true. You already know.
That's great. I've never seen that reply. That's a weird one. Just hold the bread out. I guess that's for the frogs.
I was talking about Danny and his use of his claymore. It's kind of like Blinken from Robin Hood Men in Tights when they're like fighting in the castle, and Blinken's the blind guy, and he's like literally just fighting a pole, and he's just like beating away at it with his claymore, and it's just like, yeah.
Did they do
kinda
a really
Danny.
sad fast forward scene in that, like where he goes into double speed?
That's when it is. It's like
Ugh.
he's just like hitting it. Yeah.
That movie
Pretty
was
bad.
very funny. That's not my favorite part.
Well, it's definitely not one of Mel Brooks's best films. That's for sure. Not his worst
Well,
though either.
Yeah, I was like, it's not that bad. It's very popular, commercially successful for those types of movies.
Yeah, it's true. You're right. My bad.
Thank
I
you.
apologize.
Just want to remind
I know
you,
nothing.
8 out of 10 Dark Souls player. Just keep that in the back of your mind when you're bringing this stuff up, right? 8 out
Yeah,
of
but
10.
also remember,
Exactly.
Cyberpunk got 9 out of 10. So it's all relative.
Mm-hmm.
Dark
I don't
Genius.
remember the last episode anymore.
But what
How
the
did
heck?
Danny
Oh.
get cursed? Oh, we're
Yeah.
in the depths right now. That explains it.
Yeah, it was the frogs. So I fell down the hole and the frogs got me. That's the story I was going to tell earlier because, Zach and I were playing Dark Souls, I think, and, I was just getting a bit upset with all these frogs and stuff. And then when I came back on Discord later, and I just find James is sharing a photograph of a frog just sat there in the middle of nowhere on a stone. And I'm like, oh
pretty
no,
funny.
it's a poison frog. I'm just a bit wary of frogs now after that experience.
It would have been terrible, but imagine if then James sent in the next photo and it was just the frog smushed, and he's like, "I got your back, buddy."
No, that would be
It
terrible.
was
Don't
driving
do
me
that.
crazy. I don't know if I shared a big frog or a small frog with you, but there was thousands, or I would say probably hundreds of little frogs about the size of my thumbnail, maybe even smaller. And like they were all over, and I didn't even notice them until probably about, I don't know, 5 minutes into my walk. And I was worried, like, how many had I stepped on? And then afterwards, I made sure not to step on any. But there were so many, they just looked like the same color as the pavement, though. It was like a grayish, like dark color, and they were kind of like, they weren't bright green, that's for sure.
Is that how small that frog was?
Well, there was a bunch of baby ones. I only saw one big frog. I don't know which one I sent a picture to you of.
I'm sure the picture of the frog you said looks like it would have been about, I don't know, maybe a fist size or something. It didn't look like a tiny frog. Certainly not.
I'll have to check to see. The only way that I could show the scale of the little frogs was that they were next to blades of grass, and the blades of grass were really big. The bigger frog just looked like a normal-sized frog.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah,
they
but
are
it was
quite
gray.
small.
So you sure it wasn't an Arizona toad, a Bufo microscaphus? They are generally the length of 2 to 3/4 inches in range.
Do you mind?
Well, these were much less than 2 inches. These were probably like half.
Well, that's a full grown.
Yeah. Full-grown
Let me
bluefish.
say the word.
Is it
Yeah.
okay to show everyone the frog? Just so-
Yeah, please do.
Wait.
I'd
That's a
like to see.
euphemism, right? Is that a euphemism?
Show
Is it
them
okay to pull the frog out now?
Yeah.
there we go.
I think I used to do
That was
that.
the big one. That was the big
love
one.
them.
That was the big
Yeah.
one.
Well, you can see
That
like,
one-
unless that's a bicycle tire track, you can kind of reference.
That's a
that-
car tire tag.
I know.
that's a
I said
car
unless because it is obviously a car tire track.
I will send
You can guess the
in
size of the
Discord.
frog.
I will send the picture of the baby one really quick.
Okay, I'm comparing it to these
To
other.
be honest, now I'm looking at it on that little pebble or whatever, that little stone that he's on. You can tell he's quite a small little frog, but he's a cute
not
little frog.
all.
I mean,
yeah.
I like it. I like frogs.
I like turtles.
I just don't like cursed frogs or whatever they're called.
It looks like the Arizona toad. It looks like the Bufo microscaphus.
It was hard to get pictures of the little ones, but it's uploading right now to Discord.
Because
so
they
you
do
can
have
see
some
it.
frogs that are very good. The Arizona tree frog, but that's green. And you said it wasn't green.
You know who
That
loves
doesn't mean that's
frogs?
green.
Australia.
Oh yeah, that Simpsons episode. Fantastic.
Oh, there's the little guy. And this one you can tell
Yeah.
the size because of the blades of grass.
Yeah, but the pictures
All
like,
blades
because
of
it's so
grass are the
small-
same length.
Well, you get an idea.
Look,
though.
there's a dewdrop on that one.
That is true.
Come on,
Look,
guys.
Giant
Use the
rain in
context,
Arizona. Giant in Arizona. The rain.
Oh yeah, in
Yeah,
Arizona,
I was-
the surface tension of water is different. Come on.
James he's actually shooting this from a helicopter. He's got a big focal lens. That
I love
frog's
these
actually the
little frogs.
size of a Godzilla. That's like an 80-foot monster right there.
I just like the fact that James has clearly got his flash on, and the frog's like, "Dude, why are you blinding me with this light?" Like, what is
Let's
going-
go.
Pretty well lit, man. What are you trying to do here?
I just couldn't get it to be like it's so small. I couldn't get my lens up close enough. It wasn't like they weren't afraid of me, which was kind of the bad thing. Like I couldn't like I had no idea they were there for a while. I'm
Hey.
sure I stepped on some.
They didn't fear me.
felt
You're
awful
sure that you
afterwards.
stepped on some?
I'm telling you, there were hundreds of them. I didn't know they were there because it was dark outside.
How'd you find this one?
And because I like the moonlight, like a glimmer
for the
on it,
swishing
like, I saw-
noises.
Well, I
Squishing
mean,
noises.
either you knew that they were there, or you didn't.
I didn't know they were there until I saw this one. This was the first one I saw. And then I started looking around and I realized they were like crossing the path that I was on. And they were going from one side of the grass to the other. And they
you
were so
wearing your
small.
platform shoes and just mushing them. It's gross.
He
I was
just
wearing
listening to
hiking
his
boots.
70s disco songs on his earpods. Smashing.
You know, I imagine if you are that small, that you probably wouldn't be able to comprehend because that frog, you must be like massive, like the size of a small
Yeah.
planet, right? Like you must.
Wow,
like,
Danny, you are getting out there, man, with your thought process. Imagine being a frog, man. Did James send you some candles?
I'm just saying, you know, like if you were a frog.
You're so big to him, and he's just
Well,
watching
honestly-
you come down. No.
at the right spot. Like, they were so small that if I would have stepped on them with parts of my boot, it would just be in between and not get smushed. But the parts that are the traction would crush them. I don't know if I stepped on any. I hope I didn't.
Well,
You didn't check the bottom of your
that you
boots.
did a little while ago.
Anyway, I'm just saying, if you're a frog that small, you know,
There's
like
a warrant out for the arrest of James Heaney for frog crushing
Mhm.
in Arizona,
Yeah.
Sedona. Yeah, they're coming for you, James.
Arizona Sedona.
Arizona, Sedona.
That's his serial killer name, Arizona Sedona.
That is actually a great, like, kind of something like that. They call me Arizona Sedona.
And I kill frogs. Why would you do that? Why?
Because
I
they're
don't
small and I
know.
can't. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention actually, but I wear this badge
saw
of
them, but I
honor.
didn't know that they were there, but then I saw it, so I was aware. But there was.
So I
a moment-
assume I killed lots of frogs.
Well, I didn't turn around and try to search for them. The last thing I wanted to know, I knew that going forward, I was paying very close attention to the ground and not stepping on them.
Maybe Danny can try to communicate with them and find out. Are you missing any friends?
I mean, I'm not Dr. Doolittle. I was just saying, imagine being a frog. That doesn't mean I am a frog.
All I heard was
Become
ribbit,
another
ribbit,
person.
ribbit, ribbit.
Become another person. Become another person.
Is Danny just ribbiting on purpose? Pelagius, good job, both. Zacchus goes with two-handing explanation. It boosts strength by 50%, so you get a bit more damage, or you can use stuff you don't have enough strength for. Higher poise damage, easier to stagger enemies, and your attacks do not bounce off of shields. I love how Gamefront tradition of getting cursed multiple times still lives. Kamikaze, Danny, hold the bread out. Zach covers eyes and holds bread out with one hand. Danny, two hands, a claymore, turns to the bread and looks menacingly at it and begins to raise his claymore. Danny places claymore down and chugs Sunny Delight. So close.
I mean,
Defeated.
it's true. Kamikaze, again, 17 minutes, 15 seconds. The archway pillar.
It's sponsored by Sunny D. Sunny D's. That's
Yeah, or Capri Sun, because we they're competing.
Oh,
brands.
yeah.
We can't be sponsored by
God,
both.
yeah, we gotta.
Oh no, you got if
You
you're gonna
mean
drink that
Capri
stuff,
Sun?
you got to do the Tampico, which is like the ghetto version of
Yeah,
Sunny D.
maybe we need to. Yeah, no, we were pushing Capri Sun for a while because we were doing the Capri Sun Demon.
I just don't like the straws, like for the Capri Suns. It's I don't
your
like it.
hands aren't dexterous enough to puncture that.
Well,
table.
I put the straw all the way through to the other side, and then I got stuff spilling out of both ends of it,
All
and
right,
it's just
James,
not
there's
pleasant.
actually a strategy for people like you. You won't be able to set the Capri Sun down, but if you just pop it through the bottom, that's going to be your best bet if you can't work it properly.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they do them now with like twisty caps on the top. In this, I don't know if they do that where you are, but you don't even get the straw anymore. Just,
Well, I would rather that.
which is better. It's more environmentally friendly not to have all these straws and bits of plastic and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
up turtle
If
noses.
we can get rid of all the Capri Sun straws, the ocean will definitely stop being on fire.
I think turtles are definitely gonna quit cocaine because whatever they're gonna do the cocaine with, no straws, and money just gets wet.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh wait, so does cocaine.
I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't trying to suggest getting rid of Capri Sun straws was, the solution to global warming or anything, but it
the
helped.
Capri Sun demon
every step in the right
straws.
direction, right? Do you know? I was
Yeah.
watching a documentary about the amount of Lego that just ends up on beaches randomly.
Oh,
it's
Lego? That's weird.
Just that much Lego that's just floating, just plastic.
Hey, don't you touch those Legos. Those are my Legos. I put them on the beach because if I ever go to the beach and I want to play with Legos, I want them there.
I mean, as far as companies go, the Lego is definitely more environmentally friendly than
It's
most.
not.
But I guess they can't what happens with the end product.
It's not a criticism of Lego. Actually, the reason why it happened is because there was a container ship that sank, which was just full of containers full of Lego.
Oh my gosh!
And so this Lego just randomly washes up randomly because it's just, I mean, you can't control that, I guess. But
So it's not like you can build the full set at a time. You kind of have to wait.
oh no, it's like it's
Because they
very
come
much
in.
decayed anyway. Like you can kind of tell it was Lego once. But next time you go to the beach, just look at how much plastic and stuff there is on the beach. And
I don't go to the
it's-
beach. I don't know. No.
It's scary. No, but it is scary though. Like it's kind of worrying. Anyway, going off topic.
Yeah,
I hope
mean,
I
the
just see
ocean
like a
is
fully
dying.
built Lego Millennium Falcon down there the next time I go. Oh, Danny was right. A lot of Legos down here.
So you saved yourself some money there. Anyway, Jay's.
I already bought one, so
Good for you. Jay's
Thanks.
1618 says, "Oh no, yeah, the pillar. Kamikaze is pointing the pillar. That pillar that I kept rolling
You
into,
rolling back into.
going to the Belfry gargoyle place. Yeah.
Good times.
Jay says, Danny, I haven't finished the episode yet, but I hope you clear out the frog area. It's the only way you can get to the Ring of the Evil Eye, and maybe there are other rare treasures. Explore every nook and cranny of this game. Good on Zach for not just showing you the shortcuts. Edit. You didn't explore the left wing of the frog area and you missed the ring, sad face. It's true.
Oh, no.
It's true. But we can
How do
always
you
go
know
back.
there's another episode? Nah, we missed it.
Yeah, we definitely missed that, but we can go back. I've got to say, this new duo of Danny with a measured Zach, who audibly reminds himself not to start yelling, is on point. It's true, I watched it back and I didn't realize how upset you were getting. Like, I just was concentrating on the game, so I thought you were just calm, but then I look back at the footage and you can physically see Zach just shaking in his chair, just like going, don't scream at him, don't scream at him. So I apologize for raising
Where
your
does
blood
this
pressure.
anger come from?
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm so bad at the game, but 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I couldn't believe it. Like, you were actually going red in the face. I was watching it back when I was editing it. I was going, oh,
I
shit.
don't think so.
Zach is
I was blushing. I was.
Wow.
It's like, Zach, he's pissed. Like, he's really trying not to scream at me. He's
You're
like,
are you? Well, I did scream at you at the rat moment.
Yeah, it was the bit with the rats, and then I was running towards the hole and stuff, and you were like, don't
Well, yeah,
shout,
I'm like a
don't
tea
shout,
kettle.
don't shout.
Eventually,
Yeah, like the fucking, you could see the steam coming out of your ears. That's how bad it was. Anyway,
it was because you were just literally lost. You were poisoned. You were being poisoned, and you're fucking around with the physics of the game, and you thought that was funny. And I'm just watching your health drain, and you're like, "Oh, this is so funny." Dark Souls is easy, Zach. We should have done this a long time
That
ago.
does sound funny, actually.
Yeah, no, it was pretty. It was. I did rewatch it on the toilet earlier. It was funny.
8 out of 10. Plus, also,
Yeah.
this is truly getting up there with the best GameFront Souls content that has ever been made. Keep it up.
I mean,
So,
maybe.
Yeah. Oh shoot, Morgan is here.
I mean,
Jays,
how
go
can
to
you
their
quantify like one game run content over another. You know,
I think they all have their own strengths and weaknesses.
yeah. It's a even. Well, some of them are better than others.
Yeah, I mean,
Look.
let's just be honest.
I'll be honest, I didn't want to do this in the first place, and I don't think I think your stuff is better, if I'm honest. So don't.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Danny fucking could give two shits.
Introspective Noodle, hey GameFront crew, I'm still here, just been watching on sidelines for a bit and reserving myself and evolving myself as an individual. But Danny, I wanted to say you were doing fucking fantastic, brother. Keep it up. I remember you said how much you don't like games like this at the beginning. By the end of this game, it will blossom like a lotus flower inside your mind and leave itself there in a good way. I really do sense
Metaphysically.
No, I know that word. I'm trying to figure out and metaphysically. It's just a weird transition. Metaphysically feel the ambition and perseverance inside of you, almost like sensing with the Force like a Jedi. You will overcome this game in your own way, but overcome it you shall, my friend. And that with flying fucking colors. There will be lots and lots of downs, but the ups you experience will transform your weakness into newfound strength. There's no high like overcoming a difficult problem in life. No pills or weed or anything can come close to the perseverance of the human will. Keep it up. Keep up the good work and on being you, my friend.
That's a very, very nice comment. I appreciate that, Introspective Noodle.
He must have missed those videos where you were high on opioids and you performed at your best.
I think that's why he's saying you shouldn't be doing drugs while you're playing the game.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing that. I mean,
beg
let's
to
let's give it context.
Oh.
I mean, I had
Did
back.
the
Did you hear about the Olympian that got disqualified for having weed in her system?
Yeah, it's
It's
garbage.
T-
She was going to be a
Oh my
record breaker,
god, it made me
too.
want to just start punching walls. It's insane.
It wasn't
Yeah.
even weed though, was it? It was like just THC or something, right? Which is just
Well,
Well, that's
Danny.
kind of.
Danny,
Well, it's kind
dude.
of not. It's not the
you're
It's
like
kind
you've
of-
got a problem and you need to acknowledge it. You drug issue,
What do
man.
you mean?
Doesn't even see THC. What?
THC. I don't know what it is.
It would be like
CBD.
it's the
TBD. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, that's.
Oh, it was CBD. It wasn't
C-
even THC.
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
it was.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was both. I think it was both.
Either way,
I'm not 100% sure, but either way, yeah, it's not like it's a performance enhancement to get get high and then run.
it helps your recovery. Here's the problem, guys. You can't expect society or the government to make a good call. That's it.
Yep.
Okay. Leave it in
Kamikaze.
We live in a
Danny,
hellscape.
Suck
I
it.
like to one-hand these guys.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I did
Yeah.
say that. But
Yeah,
I mean,
he was just giving
the
everyone one hand, dude.
in the context
Well,
of
it's
a one,
true. If there's
one-handed-
multiple enemies, you
yeah.
want to one hand as many as you can at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like a ski pole.
You only got
situation.
2 hands, so if you want a one hand, that's the way to do it.
Yeah. And how else are you going to pay for those opioids?
and there it is.
There it is. And now
We
we
almost made it.
don't have.
Just like
Somehow.
it's like a thermometer, it just like bursts at the top. He did it, ladies and gentlemen.
You finally got there.
Emoji baiter.
Jehan Okri, I like the approach. Danny, entering new areas should be free to explore without too much hand holding.
That's a note for Zach.
I think it works better actually. I think it has worked quite well. The last couple episodes have been good. And then finally, Ulysses. Sorry, go on.
One hand holding. Oh no, I was just gonna say it's all about the one hand holding, not too much hand holding. Just one hand.
Yeah, not too
Yeah,
much.
I want to jerk off a dude.
Okay, there it is.
He said the quiet part out loud.
There it
guys.
is.
Now
I'm so sorry. if I'm
No
not
more
doing it.
alluding.
And anyway,
It seems to be
let's
no more
wap this up
YouTubing.
quickly now. Yeah, we
It's like
Ulysses-
a dog like salivating right there. I just needed to do it.
But you know that we all are thinking the same. Like we're on the same page.
We are. We're on the same
No, not
team.
that we want to say it, but that we
Yeah.
all know what we're talking about.
And we all want to do
Yeah.
it.
That's why it's like an
But only one of
unspoken-
us said jerking off a guy. That was like only one of us said
sorry.
that.
It's like subtle innuendo until the point Zach just comes out and says it, and then
Oh, yeah,
it's not a joke anymore.
It's
I
I
mean,
mean, just you can just know that we're sitting here thinking about jerking off 2 guys. That's what
Yeah.
we were talking about.
oh, you get 2 guys? I only got 1.
Yeah, multiple enemies.
Morgan's got a dirty mind.
Multiple
It's that
enemies. You
Nissan
gotta
Quest
land
attitude,
each
man.
Enemy.
What are you 2 dudes up to? Get in the back of my van. My Tacoma's a little tight.
You guys busy or you need a ride or what?
Yeah.
Styles botnet. Zach was feeling hopeful in this one. He really thinks Danny is going to go through the game with 10 soft humanity on his person. What's that mean?
Never soft, always hard.
Yeah, what's the hard humanity?
Maybe that's when you're reverse hollowed. You're like alive and you have the humanity.
It might be a reference to when I was using that. Did I use one to heal up? Because I had no Estus flasks left.
You used a divine blessing to heal up, but
Okay.
I was just saying
Yeah.
your drop rate is higher if you have 10 humanities on you, which is I guess is soft humanities. I'm such a noob. But yeah.
Well,
Check.
I mean,
Fair point.
I'm an 8 out of 10 Dark Souls player, so I think I can, do that.
Maybe you could have 8 soft humanities, but 10. It's kind of pushing it.
What's the challenge with getting 10? I don't understand.
It's the fact that you need to keep them.
Oh, you mean not die?
Oh, because you have
Yeah.
10. You have 10 in your little circle.
On the top left, yeah, it says 10, and your item discovery is pretty much
Oh yeah,
as high
Pen
as-
and Poyo just made it clear. That's what's on your counter. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I've ever had more than like 2 or 3.
yeah. Your just drop rates are a lot higher. So, but that's I don't know if that's of all the Dark Souls. So
I just want to say in my defense, like my average deaths per episode is only about 2 or 3 at the moment, which is a lot better than when I started out, and it was like 10 times an episode when I was dying or whatever. Like, and also the last boss that we did, I didn't die once. I just killed him first time.
Which
So,
boss?
What boss?
Which boss was it? It was the one.
stop talking.
Oh,
It was like it was,
Oh,
it
it's
was probably
that
an easy. It was probably an easy boss. Oh no, that's okay. I see what I've done. I've conflated this episode and the next one.
Spoiler alert
My God.
For 30 seconds ago, everyone, mind wipe, mind wipe, mind wipe. Someone show a dick. I don't know. Hold on a
Would
second.
you light my candle?
I think we play a Taylor Swift song and we can get this banned really quickly.
Oh, like the cops?
Yeah,
Gosh,
that
dang it.
backfired pretty
Oh my
badly.
gosh, that was the funniest. Like, what an idiot asshole. What are you thinking? You really think you're going to be able to stop your video from coming online just because you play Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I hope he has a daughter and she's just at home and was like on TikTok and saw that video and was just like, Dad? This is what you tried to do? Now you're famous for trying to play a Taylor Swift song? Why the fuck did you have a Taylor Swift song, Dad?
And he was only doing it so that he could do things that he knew would look awful online.
Yeah.
So he just did it with a Taylor Swift background song.
I see
That's
how it is,
insane.
Danny. Taking me off of the screen.
No, you
He's
back,
shutting down, folks.
You back now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for giving a spoiler, and I'm sorry for making Zach go off the screen. I'm sorry for everything. It's all my fault.
Oh my gosh.
It's
I'm
the
sorry.
drugs of everybody. He's finally
Oh
fixing it.
no.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
face
I
the
haven't even
music.
taken any of them for like 3 weeks now. So I can't even blame it on the drugs. It's just. What can I say? James was right when he said I was incompetent. That's all I can say.
Aw.
I never
Aw,
said that.
James, why would you
James,
say
you're
that
so
to
mean to
Danny?
Danny. I don't.
I never said that.
Devastating.
Jacked up.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember what you said now. What was it? Something about? Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
I
When I was flipping my controller scheme around or something, I can't remember. Right, anyway.
Oh, I don't think you're incompetent. I just think that that's creating a dangerous situation. Nobody can help you on the fly if they don't know what your controller setup is. But I think you're referencing when I said I was talking about somebody else who said that you told them not to worry about the content that they were watching because
That was it. Yeah.
the audio
Yeah.
through. But I immediately took it back because I posted a video where I had 2 video tracks, and one video track was Morgan's video, and one video track was my video. And only one of them had the eyeball on, I think. I don't know. I didn't realize it because we recorded last Monday. And then I had to go to a meeting at the theater, which I thought was going to be like a real quick, like 30-minute to an hour meeting. Ended up being like 2.5 hours.
Interventions take a while.
They take a while. Yeah, it was. Well, the thing was, it was an open forum where everybody could ask questions, and people were asking the dumbest
I
questions.
bet you're going to say it was open forum to get COVID again, because isn't that what keeps happening when you go to the theater?
No, one
my.
person. They don't know where they got it, but one person within 7 days of being at the theater did contract COVID, so they alerted everybody, which was a pretty good sign of like how well the
App
tracking
works.
is going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the tracking of it works. But yeah, it was basically it's probably something that we should take offline because it's a long story that probably no one cares about. But how they're moving forward with improv house teams at the theater. And
Just
people were
shutting it
asking
down.
really crazy questions of like, what if we're a house team and like we burn another theater down? Like, are we like, do we lose our
What?
contract here? It's like, what are you like? It was just questions. And we're like, you must just be asking this to hear your voice in this room because none of these questions have answers with any like weight. Like, it doesn't matter.
And that's
Why-
when you looked over to the left and you saw that I was there and I was asking those questions.
What's the
Like,
question? Like,
there was-
what was the like? If I commit arson, what are the consequences? Is that literally what the question was? Like, what-
So what they were saying, because the bottom line is that the house teams are now not going to be like they're going to be residencies and they're hired by the theater. So they're saying like if they go to another theater and do something really bad, they're not representing the West Side anymore. So
Oh,
would
are
they
they
get
gonna
in
get
trouble
canceled?
and lose? Are they going to get canceled at the West Side?
Oh my
And like
God.
the answer is like the person like Gorbos was running the meeting. It was just like it's an at will contract. Like if we don't like something you're doing for any reason, we'll just cancel it. Like it doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing. We're giving 3-month contracts, but we can on either end that contract whenever we want. So it's like, why are you asking like if you burn down another theater, are you going to lose your like what do you want to hear? Like what's the worst answer you could get? I don't even know what you want.
The answer they wanted is no, that what you do at another theater, so you can go do your experimental racist prov or whatever, and like not get in trouble back and still get paid to do improv somewhere else.
Why are you walking me down this?
it's a crazy question. This
Zach,
is what I'm
easy,
saying. It's
easy.
like,
so many
Zach,
options.
Zach, stop,
Chill.
stop.
Be chill. Be chill.
This is what he looks like when he was getting angry with me on Danny Souls the other week.
I just gotta keep eating this jerky. Just keep putting something in my mouth. This meat stick.
Jesus. Right. On that note, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I don't think we've got anything else we can
No, we
squeeze out of
peaked.
this live stream. We've peaked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.